Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome down to Manson Reserve on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. Got lovely weather for cricket, don't we? St Andrews are playing Ainslie Park, so it'll be a good little battle. We missed the first over. Mitch Plant came down the hill and just the one wide off it. And now we have Dylan, big boy Fluffy Cuthbertson coming in, spinning us a web. I will get back to you as to who these two batsmen are, but now they look like they're having a bit of fun, and that's all that matters, isn't it? Now Dylan coming in, chucks it. Oh, there we go. He's put that one straight over mid-wicket. Is that 6? Just sort of landed on the boundary. That's 6 runs. There's the first sort of shot and anger we've seen tonight. It's definitely lifted the run rate. Not too far away from Kaz on the mid-wicket boundary though, so there'll be promising signs, as we know that Dylan usually does win these battles. Not many people can get after him for too long, but he does have a big mixed bag of deliveries he can bowl. As he's chipped that one up, can Dwayne get there? Just out of reach yet again. That's 2. He's got quite lucky there, although they've come back for the second. There's 8 runs, but it's promising signs from St Andrews. There are a couple of chances early on. It could have easily gone to hand. Yeah, Dylan, I'm sure he'll like the look of that. Jacko, if it was someone a bit younger, a bit quicker, possibly could have got there, but he put a good effort in. I'm surprised he's actually out there in the field after his mammoth knock on the weekend. He's definitely not been able to move as well as, well, doesn't move too well on the best of days, but yeah, he's not been moving great. Needs some WD-40, as that's the end of Dylan's over. There's been a few off it. I can't tell you how many. The score is just about to catch up, I think. But here we have Mitch Plant again with his second over after quite a good first over. There's a pretty big contrast between Dylan's loopy leg spinners and Mitch's, well, quite fast and gets a bit of bounce, so it's quite a challenge for the batsman to get after, especially early on in the game. Mitch comes in, hits a good spot there, and the batsman confidently defends down the ground. But yeah, it was something we've seen early on in the season is not too many people being able to get after Mitch, just because he bowls such tight lines and sort of at a good pace. Does a little bit with it as well, not too much, but just enough to pick up a couple of wickets here and there. Oh, there we go. That's not too far away. That's a good representation of the good line and lengths he bowls. Even when you're going after it, it's very hard to get away. We've got what field do we have here? We've got just a deep fine leg, I think, at the moment, and deep fine leg, deep third man, and then other than that, we've got the 2 slips, gully, point, just a sort of genuine ring field at this stage. No mid on, which is interesting, but as we know, Mitch doesn't overpitch too much, so doesn't give too much to drive. Yet again, hidden very good spots. The batsman not exactly going after it too early. Getting their eye in. As we have Nick Plant just come to join us. Nico, how you going, mate?
I'm good, Zachy. How you going, bud?
Not too bad, thanks. What are your thoughts on Mitch's season so far? As they put that one over mid-wicket, but it's vacant there, so that'll roll over the boundary for 4 runs. Mitch, he's got off to a good start this year. What do you reckon, mate?
He has. He keeps knocking over their number 1 batsman, but somehow that's about it for the day. That's about it for the day. But his most important wicket, as we've seen early on in the season, he gets the important wickets early, gets that early breakthrough.
He's made a very good recovery, seeing as he was out for quite a while with his ACL. That's not hampering him anymore?
No, I think work, gym, and it looks no hesitation in the bowling or anything, mate. So, and a footy season in too, mate. So
exactly right. He's looking as fit as anything. Not that he was always a massive boy with a big stature, just like yourself.
He gets from his
he gets it from his mother. But yeah, no, he's definitely. He lost a fair bit of weight and put on
16 kilos.
16 kilos he's lost and put on a fair bit of muscle as well. So it's from his dad. He gets his cricketing ability from his dad as well. Just like his golfing ability as well. He's been hitting very good spots early on here as the second slip moves out into an extra cover. Comes in. Oh, and he's left it. What's this bloke's name? I'm not even trying to pronounce that. Uterus. He's been happy to have a look outside off, not trying to make too much happen early on. Don't know too much about these vlogs, to be honest, but yeah, no, St Andrew's got plenty of bowling options, but if Mitch keeps hitting these spots and not giving them too much, I'm sure we'll see him. Oh no, get maybe one more as he comes in again. Oh, right up in the block hole as they've worked that one down to fine leg, but Aaron very quick down there, actually done a great job and put a great throw just above the wickets there. Not the over. Is the over? It is the over. We see Dylan running out of slip, so he must. He doesn't run for no reason. This man. So here he comes. I think he's going again. Dylan is. We have seen Geordie Lynn take the new ball in 2020s. I don't think he's out there actually. No, Geordie's not playing. That'll explain why he's not taking the new ball. He's at Dandenong Trials today, is he? Rightio, well, best of luck to Geordie. He's been bowling very well. Not that it's been out of character for him. He's a very good little bowler, but especially in the white, with the white ball early on in the innings, he doesn't give the batsman too much, and had some luck picking up some wickets. But we've definitely got a very good replacement for him with Dylan, as the batsman uses his feet there. It's quite good to see someone using their feet to Dylan. He doesn't mind it because he gets a fair bit of spin, but seems to play that quite well. This bloke is left-handed. Well, there you go. Is this his first ball?
Surely
not. No, not his first ball. Yeah, it has to be. Has to be his first ball. Here we go. Dylan will like this, spinning it back into the left-hander, but obviously with the ropes aren't too far in this year. He's faced one ball. Rightio. Dylan chucks that one quite short. He's definitely missed out there. There's a big almighty heave-ho, so if he hit that, I'm sure it was going into the trees. What field do we have here? We've got on the fence, we've got Pambo out at a deep, sort of, it seems to be deep backward square, and Jed at the deep, pretty much cow deep mid-wicket. So very good hands there. Oh, as he's put that one just wide of Mitch at mid-off. It's not going to go all the way, but he'll pick up a couple. Quite a good little shot there. I thought off the bat he might have mishit it, but got enough on it to almost send it to the fence. Manson obviously looks quite lush out there, so it's not going to exactly fly across the turf, but it's quicker than what you'd expect. As you saw on the weekend, Templeton scoring, what was it, 250, and St Andrews backing it up with just over 200. So there we go again. He's just missed out on that. Whether that was bat or pad, I think he might have got a bit of bat onto that as it rolls away down to fine leg. Look, he's put a good chase in there and dragged it back. Pick up another couple. So neither team are on top so much early on, but there's plenty of overs left, plenty of things that can happen. As we know, wickets in the shed in the 2020 are very important. As Dylan comes in again, looks to be the wrong, and I don't think he quite picked that. So far we've got none for 22 off 3.4, I think it would be, off Dylan. Dylan bowling quite well. This batsman definitely looks to be a bit more aggressive than the other one. There's the wicket. Great hands there by Jesse Lynn, actually. Straight past him. Was that the wrong one? Potentially was, but Jesse's picked that up quite well, and Dylan's picked up the first wicket of the day, and that's you get quite used to seeing that. Actually, it was always dangerous to see people use their feet to Dylan, as he's a very smart bowler, spins it a lot both ways as well. The wrong one goes just as much as the natural leggy, so it's good to see Jesse as well take that one very cleanly and take the stumps in the absence of Robbie DeLuca, who's out with a hamstring injury at the moment. But yeah, very, very worthy replacement, as Jesse is he's a very good fielder, but also just as good behind the pegs as well. Just a very good cricketer. I'm sure if you gave him the ball, he'd take a couple of wickets. But there we go, there's the first wicket, 1 for 22. It was a great wicket there, and who do we have here? That's the end of the over. Looks to be Jed Hanson coming on to replace Mitch Plant. Someone that's done bowl overly much before this season, actually. He's a good, very, very good athlete. Very good athlete, Jed is. lets it go from quite high, gets a bit of swing, so yeah, it can be quite a handful. So yep, 1 for 22 off. That would be the end of the 4th over, and that was Peters out for not too many. New batsman is, I'll tell you in a second. Got a few more spectators rolling in now for the Tuesday night game. It looked a bit bleak earlier in the day with a bit of rain, but Manson's come up alright, actually, surprising. It doesn't hold water as well as other grounds do in the competition, but it's actually, yeah, looking very good today. Quite overcast, could be good for the bowlers. Bit of a wind, bit chilly, but good day for cricket nonetheless, as Jed's chucked down a bit short, as he's pulled down, not got too much on it. Kaz Singh does a good job on the fence there. Drags it back and they'll get a couple there. Good work by Kaz out of the deep mid-wicket boundary. The two people that have on the fence early are the deep fine leg and the deep mid-wicket. Other than that, it seems to be quite a general ring field. Bit of a loosener there by Jed as he comes in again. The batsman works out to the leg side into the gap. They'll be looking for the 2, but Aaron yet again very quick down there off the fine leg boundary, and another good throw. Quite a dangerous fielder down there. This brings the new batsman to the crease. Last wicket was Peters out for 4 off 6, it seems, as My Cricket tells me. Game's obviously live on My Cricket as well. If you want to follow along, if you don't want to watch a live stream. New batsman to the crease, seems like a very big boy. Jetta comes in again. Oh, jeez. Done it with a bit of pace there, actually. Didn't offer a shot, just let it hit him on, seemed to be could be in the glove, bit of forearm. But yeah, seemed to maybe jump on him or do him for a bit of pace. Jetta's quite deceiving. With the high ball release as well, and it sort of gets a bit of extra bounce, and pair that with the in-swing he gets, so yeah, can be quite the handful, especially early on in the innings. And it definitely takes a few balls to get used to it, as that was quite a confident drive through the covers. Didn't get all of it. Rolls out to Jacko for another dot ball. Not a bad start here by Jedikins. Picked up a couple on the weekend, bowled very well actually. This is his first 11 wicket, so he was quite happy about that. I think he got 2 as well, so he's shut down a bit short. Again, a very big step forward from the big man, who's hit that straight to Lockie in the covers. Another dot ball. This is quite tidy from Jetta so far, which is quite good to see. Got a few bowlers they can throw the ball around St Andrews, but Jetta's just out of reach yet again from Lockie, as he's put the chase into the fence and dragged that back. A good little pickup. A couple of early chances. They got the early wicket, but there's definitely another, potentially 3 that could have gone to hand today. But yet again, a good confident step forward. So he's backed himself in here, and that's the conclusion of Jed's first over. That was 4 off. He'd be quite happy with that, or maybe a couple more, maybe 5. So you're 1 for 27 off 5 as we change ends for the first time this innings. It doesn't seem as Dylan will go again. It could be, so we'll have a bowling change. Oh, Karan Singh making his return. He obviously away on the weekend. Quick shout out to Sean and the new Holly Milton. Congratulations to the new married couple. But unfortunately left us a bit dry in the top couple of grades. But did put a good shift in for the ones that played. Some people definitely took their chances in the higher grades. Unfortunately, the top 2 grades went down, but it's good experience for the ones sort of moving up a grade. And obviously a couple of good individual performances with Dwayne Paisley getting his 110. He'll kill me for getting that wrong. 110, and then yeah, a couple of 30s in the 2s, which that's good. As Kaz runs in and puts the first one nicely outside off straight into Jesse's gloves. We're quite used to seeing that. He'll put that there all day and tell the batsman to do what he likes with it and do his best. So Kaz is born sort of coming, I don't know if there's too much of a hill, but I'd say it's down the hillish. Oh, as the batsman reaches outside off, a good take by Jesse, and yet again quick hands up to the stumps. Jesse is quite confident, but Kaz again straight on the spot, straight on the money. He'll do that all day. Got a couple of catches in the covers there, and then other than that we've got the deep third man, Dylan Fluffy Cuthbertson, so he's like a gazelle down there, not too many runs off him. As the batsman works that off sort of middle and off to Jake into mid-wicket. Yeah, so we've got the mid-wicket there, but we've got the sort of deep forward a square, it sort of looks forward a square on the fence, and also deep cow corner. So it's a good field, especially for Kaz, as he doesn't give you much. As you see the change up, one of Kaz's many change ups, sort of rolls of fingers down there. This bloke's not exactly forcing it early on. Eustace, I'll go Eustace, I think that's about right. He's not exactly trying to force anything early, having a look, but if the ball's there, he'll definitely take it on as he works that one to mid-on for the single. Yet again, that's another change up by Kaz. You'll see him do that all night. He's a very good bowler, especially in the white ball format, when people are trying to go after him. Doesn't give too much away, sort of just on the spot, on the money all day. See a field change here with the deep third man coming up and the deep mid off going out. Deep mid on and off? No, just mid off, with the two blokes on the fence still out there as Kaz comes in. It's a quick single there. Pahi in the covers has a shot at the bowler's stumps. The batsman's quite comfortable. Couple of singles, don't mind seeing this from St Andrews. Not been too many boundaries early on. But saying that, has been some good tight bowling. That's the end of Kaz's first over. Only a couple off it actually. Very good start from him. As we'll see Jed Hanson yet again. A few spectators rolling in. It's good to see. Hill starting to fill up. It's not the best day to be a spectator, but yeah, good support for both teams. Car park starting to fill up. As we have Jed Hanson coming in again. Oh, sort of short outside off, but the batsman missed out a little bit there, I feel. And I think he feels as well, as he practices the shot a few times. Yeah, Jed bowling quite well so far, off to a good start. The first over only went for 5, which is in this format's quite good. Oh, as Dylan gets up and it's just out of reach yet again, the big boy, the late cut. Quite controlled shot by the batsman over the short third man. Dylan almost got hand suit, but rolls away to the fence for 4. So that's Tucker's first boundary. Similar ball to the first ball of the over, but adjusted the shot quite well. Jed will want to be a bit fuller here, use the swing. If there's a bit left in the white ball, it doesn't last for too long. Oh, as that seems to be a very good ball actually. Not sure whether that missed the inside or outside edge, but the batsman seemed to walk at him. Misses the outside edge and the stumps. Promising signs there from Jed as he sort of corrects his length there. When he gets it right, it can be a very good ball. As the batsman comes down the track, puts it very high. So we've got Mitch coming in off the deep mid-wicket boundary, and he drops it, unfortunately. Went quite high. Was swirling. Got hands to it, but that's definitely let off. Few across St Andrews there. Fielding is very important, as we know, taking the catches, especially in a 2020, and Tucker's a very dangerous batsman, so hopefully not too costly for Saints as Jed comes in again and punches that to cover for the no runs. So yeah, definitely want to take your chances in the 2020s. It usually does come down to whichever team fields a bit better, doesn't sort of leak too many runs, but also takes their chances. As Jed takes a quick single, didn't hit that well, but it mishit well enough to drop into the gap. Good little over there from Jed, other than the one boundary there, creating chances. So that's you could say sort of 4 or 5. Well, I'm not going to say missed opportunities. Sort of a couple landed sort of a metre clear with the one dropped catch. Other than that, St Andrews has been quite tidy. Unlucky from Jed Hanson there, but as we see Kaz come on again. The score is 1 for 36 off 6. So he wanted to run a ball. Got some wickets in the shed. We'll have a look around the grounds. Templeton are 1 for 80. 2 for 100 off 7.3 against Moorbucks. That's off to a very good start. Out at Templeton, which is a very quick ground. Kaz chucks that outside off yet again. He'll ball it there all day. The bowling machine. It's Templeton off to a good start. Other than that, we can see Norwood are 2 for 25 off 5 against Warrenwood. A couple of early wickets actually. Dave Johnson getting one of them. So Warrenwood sort of in front there as we see one chip down the ground. Payne, can he get there? That's very unlucky. Oh, he's coming again. Could be a run out opportunity here. Oh, very good work from Pembo there in the deep, as the bat says. The square leg umpire says not out. That's bloody good effort there from Pembo off the boundary. Seemed to be the slow ball that got him there. Sort of made him push through the shot a bit too quick. He seemed to like the look of that one early, but obviously the bit of pace off, almost too much pace off. Just misses the outside edge. Kaz bowling very well actually. Sort of run in. Kaz, we know, just hits the spot and is not strayed from that too much. See the field change as the deep mid off comes up and the third man goes back. Oh, that could be close, as the umpire says not out. Oh, and run out opportunity at the bowler's end as well. Jesse Lynn, very good work behind the stumps there, very quick. Seems to be straying a bit down leg side potentially. Looks quite close from here, but of course everything's from sort of mid on, third man at the moment. The Kaz making things happen. There's 2 opportunities, 3 if you count the run out. This over. Ainslie Park looking to push it along. This over. Kaz again right up in the block hole. Gives him nothing, Kaz. He's very good, and with the change ups, it's very handy little bowler. Not the quickest, but he definitely varies his pace very well. He can sort of swing it both ways, cut it both ways, as we see Kaz to Jesse yet again. Didn't seem to get up there too much there, but Jesse, good hands behind the stumps there. Kaz, another very, very tidy over. A couple of chances, it unfortunately unrewarded. But yeah, it's very, very tidy. As we see Dylan Cuthbertson come back on. This is an interesting bowling change. Not too much wind, actually, so yeah, the batsman not exactly looking to hit with or against the wind. But yeah, after Dylan got the first breakthrough, sort of spun it. The wrong end seemed to go past the left-hander, and some nice tidy glove work from Jesse behind the stumps. He's been rewarded with another over. Eustace is 19 off 27, so he's not exactly done too much with anger so far, but he want to get the move on as Dill gets that one on the full, hooks that one over Aaron, who's on the deep mid-wicket fence. That's 6. That's a big hit actually. Got enough of it. Off the bat, it seemed to went quite high. Thought it might have landed on Aaron's head on the fence, but it got over. So there we go. Might be looking to push the run rate along. Quite dangerous against Dylan, but first ball of the over has gone for 6, so he'll be quite happy with himself, I'm sure. How would Dylan respond? He usually responds quite well to actually getting hit as he comes down the track. Not out. might have come down the track a little bit there. So the umpire's obviously always reluctant to give LBWs out. The quicker ball. That's actually not a bad ball from Dylan. It seems to swing in a little bit. Nice little in-swinger, but sort of push that one down the leg side a little bit as they'll take the single off the leg by. Brings Tucker on strike, who is currently 11 off 14. But can cause some damage, so even if he's behind the run rate, he can catch up quite quick as Dylan chucks that one. That's a very good shot. Splits the gap between mid-off and cover well, and it cannons into the fence actually. Big long levers. He got that one on the half volley. Didn't even bother running. Put that one quite well with the spin. So that takes it to 10 off the over. That's the first, I think, 3 balls, 11 including the leg by. So Dylan want to make something happen here as he chucks that one up gives that a bit more flight and beats the bat. Jesse yet again very tidy with the gloves behind the stumps. Dylan can be quite tough to keep to as he's got so many different variations. As we welcome the Perez Matty Miller to the commentary box.
Hello friends and family.
Hello friends and family in the St Andrews community and everyone else listening at home. How you going, Matty?
Oh, I'm very well, mate. Just thought I'd come down from a stint behind the bar and see your perfect view from the ground here, mate.
Got a quite nice view actually. Yeah. So as I'm sure plenty of people at home know, you got the promotion. Was it a self promotion up to the thirds captaincy, or was it who made this decision?
Well, it definitely wasn't me, because I would have been happy playing in the 6s or 7s. But we were struggling to fill the thirds position as a captain before the season started, and Dill tapped me on the shoulder and goes, "Mate, we know you're shit at cricket," which he's spot on, I am. But he said, "We need a leader," and I said, "Well, I'm a leader, mate. You know that."
He's the leader of the club.
And I said, "I can make sure that the 3s have a competitive season while blooding the young kids as well as me not bowling." So it's been a perfect transition.
That's good. How have you guys been going so far? It was obviously on the weekend there was a few ads, but you guys seem to not be fazed by that and get a quite convincing win.
Yeah, we did. We've good shot there. Yes, we've had a few good convincing wins actually. We've had 2 on the trot. Pretty much steered by a lot of the younger boys that are in the side. So Jack Zelinskas has been bowling a treat opening the bowling. We've had Cal Sullivan that has been bowling first change for me as well, and he'd been taking a few wickets and got a nice little promotion into the 2s last week and did quite well there. And yeah, batting performance wise, it's been a bit of a mix as well. So it's a few runs shared throughout, but no, we've settled pretty well, mate. Yeah, and it was good to see.
It's good to see that's a sort of I don't know what you call it, is in the top grades. It's good to see some early wins on the board. I don't know what word I'm looking for here.
Some consistency.
Consistency, there we are. So consistency early on. Obviously Howie's steering the 2s for the 2nd year in a row. Very good captain. As we see that one, Lockie. Jesse's under that one with the gloves.
And he's got it.
Takes that easily. So Lockie actually, the bowling, the no ball.
Was that no-y?
Didn't notice that. He's got a wicket on the no ball. So look. Oh, there he goes, the free hit. So it was a no ball before.
Oh.
So welcome to the crease, Lockie.
Speak about consistency, mate.
Good, yeah. It's good that
yeah, you are right. It's been good seeing the 1s, 2s, and well kept there, young Jesse. It has been good to see especially the top 4 grades be competitive this year, and obviously Painter and Jacko steering the first 11 into some very, very solid performances helps. Obviously, as a club, we get judged from our first 11 performances, and I think we're one of the few top dogs in that league this year. So I think it's we're going to cause a pretty good challenge for the premiership there. And Howie in the 2s, they've got a bit of obviously some point to prove from last year. It's just a bit of what's the word I'm looking for now, Zachy? It's a bit of
it's good. I think one really good thing in the top couple of grades is, although we had a few outs on the weekend, there was only 4 people over the age of 22 from the ones. So it's something that's we've had for a couple of years, but it's definitely exacerbated now that the younger kids are getting a bit older, a bit more experienced. We've got the depth throughout their top couple of grades. And obviously, when you got depth in the top couple of grades, it sort of filters down through the grades as well.
Oh, exactly. It just adds to the depth, which is something that we as a club didn't have about 5 years ago. So that's to catch that just over Dill. And that's a boundary, unfortunately. But you are right there, Zachy. It's just blooding those younger kids. It's getting the depth into the first 11. So instead of having a reliable group of 11 blokes each week, we've got a group of about 15, 16, 17 people that we can pick from in the pool of players there. So and that obviously filters throughout the grades as well. So yeah, we're going very good there, and it's good to see a lot of the top age juniors and even bottom age juniors are doing quite well in the top 3 grades. So you got Lockie Muir, that's obviously playing his first season in the ones, and Jed's that's having a pretty good year in the 2s, and obviously Jesse and Geordie are doing quite well in the 1s. But then you got blokes such as, we didn't really recruit anyone this year, but except for Jake Cairns obviously come back to help and fill out when he can, and he's just playing more socially, which is great for him. He just wants to be back involved in the club, and Chris Pahi, I believe, has been a pretty big recruit for us this year too, just coming in with a bit more experience, reliable batter, can bowl, and he just adds it's pretty much what we're looking for in the first 11 group, which I believe you can vouch for there.
Yeah, exactly right. Especially as you said, we didn't really recruit anyone other than sort of Chris and Jake. But especially with the young group, the experience is invaluable. Although the young kids we do have, they've got their own experience with obviously being blooded through the 2s, and as you said, Lockie getting his run in the 1s, and the good thing is not looking out of place. So it's sort of a good thing that the step up from the 2s to the 1s, although there's a couple of grades in between, they're definitely ready for it and prepared for it. Not just cricket-wise, but also sort of, I guess, a lot of it's mentally as well. They're very, very mentally strong cricketers. So that, yeah, although it's a big jump up, they're doing very well.
They definitely are, and as you mentioned, it's not just about on-field performance. It's about obviously preparing yourself mentally and just making sure that everyone knows what their role is within the side, and that's what's obviously getting the team performance for us. The morale and the chemistry at the club at the moment is huge, so it's good that you're seeing blokes that from the first 11 come down and obviously have a beer after the game, but they're talking to blokes in the 6s, 7s and 8s, just asking how they're going as well. It's there's no sort of separation there, whereas one big family, and it's good to see everyone interacting, and that's just the chemistry of the club that we've formed at the moment, which is great.
Yeah, you're exactly right. It's a great place to be at the moment, St Andrews. Now, Matty, I've got a quick question for you.
Yes.
Early predictions for the Jackson Harvey. What do you reckon?
Besides the performance during the weekend, I would say Jesse started pretty strong. But then there's a few others, obviously, in the bit of the lower grades. So you can't go past Jed's performances in the 2. That's a good shot straight down the ground. That's a big boundary. That's a big 6. But yeah, there's a few there. Obviously, you can't look past Jacko either. He started a little bit slow up to his standard, but he come back on the weekend when we were a little bit undermanned in the first 11 and almost did it home for us. So there's a few there. There's a few in the lower grades as well, which we could obviously look. Alan Sajeev, I'm only saying this because he played with me in the 3s the last few games. He played. He made a good 40 odd, and then last week did quite well in the 2s as well. So it's just blokes like that you need to be wary of, because obviously we're focusing a lot on the first 11, but there's some consistency throughout the grades where you're going to get blokes like a Steve Chettle or like a Brenton Malott that will pop up and will be quite high in the leaderboard. Dash in the 8s as well. He's another one that's got always consistently performing. BT,
great start to the season.
BT's had a great start to the season. I think he's made nearly 100 runs and took 6 wickets. Catch that. No, it's just safe. So there's a few there, but it's early on. What about you? Who's your prediction?
I asked that question knowing full well I have no idea who I think is going to win it. I reckon Jesse, he's very good batsman, something we've known for many years, but now he's a bit taller, a bit stronger. I I reckon, yeah, he'll definitely give it a good run. Great start to this season, although he sort of missed out on the weekend. But yeah, he's just, again, over the last couple of years, he's just been so consistent. And now, he, as I said, he's that bit stronger. Always you see that squirt over. Finding the gaps really, but yeah. So yeah, Jesse is definitely there because he'll always perform. But as you said, there's that many sort of good cricketers in the lower grades that are consistently performing. It's so hard to know early, or especially early in the season. But yeah, I reckon I liked the Dasha comment actually. He's very good. He was his team of the season last year, wasn't he?
He was. Yes, he was vice captain, I believe, if my memory serves me correctly. And I mean, I could be wrong, and if I am, I apologise. But he's just a consistent performer. You know what you're going to get from him week in, week out, and he's the right guy to do that, especially in the 8 side, which is more of a father-son team. But yeah, it's been pretty good. So yeah, look. It's good to see big, strong numbers at training as well, which is something we haven't really had. Hey, Vij, happy birthday, mate. No worries.
Happy birthday, Vijane.
Vijane's the water runner today, and he's just come and grabbed the water off the table, so I thought I'd wish him happy birthday for the 12th time.
And also Wilbo, happy birthday to Wilbo. He's not done here, actually. I'm sure he's
probably sinking piss somewhere else.
Prior engagements. I don't think he's stopped since Friday night. It's not a birthday for him, it's more of a birthday month. As we see Aaron come to the attack, we'll give us a quick score update. 1 for 82 off 11. A couple of close chances actually. But Ainsley sort of putting the foot down a little bit now. I'll tell you what the batsmen are on. Batsmen are on. If my cricket wants to load. Eustace is on 33 off 35, so he's brought that back nicely. And Tucker is 35 off 26, so he's obviously definitely put his foot down and found the boundary a couple of times. But this is the first we're seeing of Aaron early on. It's quite quick actually, quite quick arm action. Sort of skids him through as well. So there's plenty of variation in the St Andrews bowling attack. As we see, we've got a deep fine leg, a deep square leg, and a deep mid wicket. So Jacko definitely knows where he likes to hit, but then he also got the sweeper on the offside. Got the protection. You want to see? Whoa, that could.
To me,
that's landed on our head actually. Oh my god, that's. Rightio, we're back after some technical difficulties. Not live yet, alright. Rightio, ladies and gentlemen, we are back after some technical difficulties after the ball hit the... I'm not sure if it actually hit the camera, but it definitely hit the stem, which made us lose signal. But we're back. A fair bit's happened, actually. So I think the ball, after we got got hit by the... Well, the camera got hit by the ball. We got a wicket. I think it was the stumps were caught behind. Jesse was quite clean behind the stumps there, so it might have been a bit of both. And then there was a few sixes as well. Jakey almost took a very nice one-handed catch on the fence there, but unfortunately slipped out over the boundary. And here we are. Aaron is coming in for, I think, his second over. Oh, is this hit quite high on the bat? Is Jed on the fence? Oh, unfortunately could not reel that in and throw it back to Pembo. It was a good little effort there. Batsman got just enough of that as Jed carried. He got hands onto it, but tried to sort of underarm that back to Pembo, who came around to help him, but was unable to keep his balance. So there's another maximum for Ainslie, as the score is 2 for 112 off 13 point however many balls this has been in the over. As Aaron comes in again, it's a bit of a slower ball, but he's hammered that through sort of a square drive, hammer that to the fence. So Ainslie Park making their intentions very clear at sort of the turn of the 10 over mark. And that wasn't too bad of a ball. It was a very good cricket shot. Quite a good over here from Ainslie Park. St Andrews they've taken the sweeper out of the sort of the point cover boundary, and now they've got the deep mid wicket, square leg and fine leg. As batsman missed out there, and it's a wide call. Must have squeezed just outside of the line there, but yet again Jesse very clean, but he'll have to re-ball that nonetheless. So the wicket was Tucker. It was stumped. Jesse Lynn bowled Aaron Stephen for 43 off 30. So a nice little innings there. As Aaron comes in again, doesn't get all of that at all, but a bit of a mix-up. Good there by Mitchie Plant with a very strong arm at mid-on there. Not much communication from the batsman there, which caused the mix-up. One sort of had a stroll down the wicket, and the other one was maybe a bit of ball watching, but safe in the end. Eustace made his way to 47 off 41 after hitting two back-to-back sixes. So he's almost at his half century. Batted quite well for it. A very well paced innings. As Pambo cleans up on the mid-wicket boundary there, and that'll be the end of Aaron's over. So quite a big over there for Ainslie Park. They'll be quite happy with that, which takes the score to 217 off 14. Not too sure what a par score is. I'd say 160 is pretty competitive in most 2020s, especially out at Manton when there's not too. There's a bit of value for shots, but it's not exactly lightning, as we see the return of Lockie Muir, who of course got a wicket earlier on in the day off a free hit. So it's quite unlucky, but he'll be looking to do similar now that he's back in the attack. So a few balls been used by the Saints actually. So we had Mitch Plant 3 overs, none for 21. Dylan 3 overs, 1 for 28. Jed 3 overs, none for 27. Kaz been probably the pick of the bowlers, 2 overs, none for 3. So I'm sure he'll be closing out the innings. Lockie's first over went for 11, but as I said, quite unlucky to get the wicket off the free hit. And Aaron 2 overs for 20. As Lockie comes in again. Run out opportunity on. That looked very close as Lockie, the batsman's pulled out of the tackle from Lockie. I'm quite happy because I'm sure Lockie might have come off second best there. But Jesse did quite good work behind the stumps there to take off and create a run out opportunity. Saints will be looking to take some wickets, put some pressure on the board that way. As the batsman squirt that one to Kaz at cover. Unfortunately, could not pick that up cleanly, and they get their quick single. Another team is actually on top here. If these two can see through a couple more overs, they'll create a great platform to sort of take off from. As Lockie gets hit through the covers, and that sweeper is out. He picks that one up well. So just the one. The sweeper is out there now. You see, he picked that one up almost perfectly. That was a very hard hit. So again, against square drive, similar shot to what was played last over for 4. As Lockie, Dylan bang, pick up. The big boy that gets Zell point there. He'll be very close to 50 now. I think that'll take him to 48 or 49. So Lockie just chucking it up there, asking the batsman what they want to do with it, with the sweeper on the offside and then the deep mid wicket and third man. He's not got any of that. So squirted that through the leg side for the single. Finding the singles quite well here. Ainsley putting the pressure back on the bowler and the fielding side, and I've put the bad ball away. So it's been quite good batting. Saints haven't bowled too many bad balls, but as we see that one go straight up, Dylan gets under that one. The big boy swallows that whole big Lockie. Take his third wicket of the day. Almost exactly like how he got the free hit wicket. Sort of going across the batsman, looking a bit too square and squared it straight up in the sky. ball well deserved there from Lockie, and well caught there from Dylan at point. Didn't have to move too far, but looked very comfortable underneath. Just a quick shout out to the sponsors at the moment. We've always got the legends down at Melbourne Muscular Therapies. I'm sure they're listening in at home, and I hope they're watching some good quality cricket. We've also got Miss Pickle, Vodafone, Bendigo Bank. They've always been good to us for a while now, actually. Yeah, I'm sure everyone at home is very well aware of these major sponsors. They've been great support to St Andrews, and just the community in general. How could I forget the Big Cat Brewery as well? They do some of their best work behind the bar at St Andrews, so yeah, very valuable. I'm sure the Big Cat's flowing at the moment. But yeah, back to it. That's the change of ends now. There's the last ball of the over. There's the 15th over just ticked over, as we know we're playing 5 overs from each end. So that would be 3 for 122 with the return of Jed Hanson. So it's a very important wicket there from St Andrews, actually. Sort of stopped any. It'd be 40. He was out on 49. You'd be spewing 49 or 44. A good little stint at the top of the order. Created a good platform from Ainslie. If he's feeling he couldn't bat through, but with a bit of batting to come, I'm sure he's not too disappointed. As Jed, as the new batsman, works that to the vacant fine leg area, and Aaron comes round, picks that up from a deep square leg area. Oh, as we know, his arm's very good. Batsman chooses not to take one on him. So we're getting a bit too straight there from Jed, but with the protection on the deep square leg boundary, deep mid-wicket boundary as well, and deep long on boundary, if you're going to miss, that's where you'd want to go. Obviously got the catcher as well, and sort of short mid-wicket. Oh, a very similar delivery there from Jed. Sort of kicked up a little bit more, hit the batsman on the pad. Yeah, very strong field. He's bowling very well to his field, actually. And other than that, we've got the sweeper on the offside and the third man. So plenty of protection from Jed. He can be quite attacking here as a batsman. Oh, he's got a bit of a tickle on that. So there's 2 in quick succession from the Saints there. Jed, well deserved, hits the puts that one a bit wider as the batsman looks over the mid-wicket boundary. Quite a dangerous shot, but got a feather on it, and he's on his way for a couple of 2 or 3 balls. So that's just what St Andrews need, actually. A couple of quick wickets to stop the momentum that Ainslie Park had going into the final 5 overs. So there's the 4th wicket. 4 for 125. Is that 4 or 5? Couldn't tell you. I'll tell you in a little bit when they update the scoreboard. But yeah, very important wickets there from St Andrews. It's good to see the half chances they're going to hand now. A couple earlier on, sort of just being a little bit out of reach of the fielders. But now, yeah, get a bit of reward for some good bowling, some good tidy bowling. And there's another stat for Jesse Lynn behind the stumps there. That's his second. Well, he's got two stumpings, and there's his first caught behind. Racking up the fantasy points there. And Jed Hanson, yet again, coming off some good form on the weekend, rewarded for some good bowling. Brings a new batsman to the creases. Jed straight on the money there. A little bit of a shot. Jesse's gone a bit late. Jed liked the look of it. That's the spot Jed wants to be. Got the catches in the cover. Jakey Kane, he's got a good set of hands there. And Jacko Paisley at mid-off doesn't drop too many. As Jed comes in again, looking at sack. Confident drive. Sort of finds the gap there between cover and the sweeper on the fence. So that's just they'll jog through for the single. That's where Jed wants to be. Just make them push outside off, not giving them anything to hit, any width, nothing like that. This will almost be the end of Jed's spell. So finished off very well. The misfield there. Dylan throws to Jesse. Oh, the batsman get through for the quick single there. He was a bit disappointed with himself, Dylan. He's usually quite clean on the ground there, but sort of capitalised on the misfield. That'll be the end of Jed Hanson's spell. So I think he's gone for about just over 30 off that off his 4 overs. So obviously through the middle overs, I think that's when the broadcast sort of dropped out. He got hit for the back-to-back sixes, but he's come back. Other than that, that's very, very good, very tidy bowling from him. Who's not really known as a bowler over the last couple of years, but always been capable. But it's good to see he's taking his chance now. He's got it. As we see the return of Karan Singh, who we're very he usually finishes the end of the innings, but been very tidy so far. 2 overs, none for 3. Oh, is it an edge there? Jesse has cleaned up all the stumps there. That's a $2 fine there. That's just unnecessary, really, but it looked good if it was that. There we go again. Kaz got the batsman sort of playing and missing. Margate liking the look of that, actually, throwing the bat there. He's got a couple of good sort of square drives away, so no wonder he backs himself through there. And with only the 4 overs to go and the 6 wickets in the shed, it's about time to have a look. Definitely try and lift the run rate. Stump's finally fixed where Kaz is coming back in. Oh, sort of off the toe there. Oh, we got Pembo, didn't even see him there. He was stuck. Oh, run out opportunity there, but they decided not to come back. Pembo's very electric fielding. Very quick. Got a great eye on him, and it doesn't drop too many. There at long on. So just the one there. Didn't get too much of that. This case comes to the new batsman. Rolls his fingers on that. I just squirted that one over the cover. Cover fielder sort of wide mid off for a boundary. So he's got that away. I think that's the first boundary off Kaz's bowling. But it was just a good shot, really. He's done well to. That's one of his first balls, and he's put it over there. Maybe a bit too full there from Kaz, but yeah, wouldn't mind don't mind the look of that. Could have easily gone to hand. Just a bit of a hike over the mid-wicket boundary there. I think he sort of picked the slow ball a bit late. Dangerous shot as we got the deep mid-wicket out. It's landed a bit short. He mishit it well enough to sort of land safely. But definitely Ainsley Park making their intentions shown. Oh, Dylan, the big boy. Don't know if that was on camera, but you won't see him doing that too many times. He's bloody got horizontal and did a one-handed pick up. And he's straight back up and running around. He'll be letting everyone know about that one. Yet again, Kaz being very, very tidy, not giving the batsman too much. Oh, just inside the line. He does that. That's a very valuable skill of Kaz's in the shorter format. He can hit that white line consistently. Doesn't miss too many times. And yet another very, very tidy over. There's only one boundary off it from Kaz. Ending his 3rd over. And that'll be the end of the 17th. Got 3 more to come after this. Got a couple of bowlers in the shed that Jacko can call upon. But no surprise he's called on Mitch Plant, who took the new ball, bowled very well. Had another over sort of through the middle of the innings, but he's back to finish off his spell of 4 overs. 3 overs, none for 21 at the moment. So not got too much luck early on. Sort of, yeah, as we've seen a couple sort of just falling short or missing the hands. But he has a knack at taking wickets, and especially with a bit of extra pace, he can be very dangerous. Ooh, got a tickle on that. Whether that was off pad or bat, I'm not too sure. But they'll come back to the second. Aaron's doing some great work down there at deep fine leg. Was that? Yeah, that was off the pad. So just getting a bit too straight there, Mitch. As the new batsman Jones gets enough on that to get back for the second. He's 6 off 4 so far, so he's definitely looking to score early. Or was it bad on that? No. Looking maybe a bit too cute. Being a bit too cute there. Run that one down to the deep 3rd man, that is. interesting field here actually. We've got the, as we know, we've got the mid wicket and square leg, fine leg out, but we've got the third man, and it looks to be a point. So they might be trying to use a bit of Mitch's pace rather than getting the front foot to him. As yet again he squirts that one over cover. Did he get enough on that to go for 4? Pahi chases, drags that one back. Got a pitching wedge out there. Should put it straight over cover. Nice little shot for 2 there. Jones, off the bat, it sort of looked like it went straight up, but yeah, as you know, got enough onto it. That pushes Pahi and covers sort of back to the circle, looking for a catching opportunity. There we go, one hand, one bounce. Off you go, mate. Jesse, nice and casually, just picks that one up one-handed. Again, you're looking to use Mitch's pace, bit of extra bounce. No surprise there. If you can finish this over out for and say it's sort of not give him much to hit to the boundary, this will be a very good finish to Mitch's 4-over spell. Jacko. He's not moving amazingly, the old boy. If he was 20 years younger, you might have chucked his body to try and get the catch there, but he was happy to let that one hit him. Good confident drive there. I think he might have been looking to go over the top, but Lens just short of Jacko there mid-off. Ooh, Pembo, there we are. A run-out opportunity there. They've sort of taken one on him. They'll come back for the 2. Don't mind that though, the chance was on. Very unlucky there as Pembo just missed a stump. It might have been out. The batsman looks like he might have given up on the first run, but sort of rewarded by taking on the fielder by getting the second. But Pembo having the shot at the stumps, didn't miss by much. You got to go for those at this stage, especially as that's the main aggressor. Not too bad there from Mitch Plant. My creek's a little bit behind, so I'll tell you what his 4 overs went for in a second. But yeah, as we expected, Kaz is coming back. So 2 overs to go. Kaz will obviously take one of them, but as we know, we've got Aaron Stephen who could take the last over. Lockie even. I think Dylan's bowled out. There's some sort of bowlers that have not been called upon thus far. As we know, Jake and Chris can bowl, even Jacko on his day, as Kaz has completely done him face there. Didn't pick the slower ball. He sort of was well through the shot by the time it passed him. If he got onto that one, that might have been going to Ringwood Main Street. But we will never know, as he missed it. But yeah, even Pembo's leg spin, I don't think he'd call upon Pembo at this stage, but maybe a bit underused, Pembo actually. Jacko marshalling the troops with that big heave ho. We've got the deep fine leg position vacant actually. No one within a mile of that spot. We've got Mitch in the catching mid wicket, but then other than that we've got the cow corner and deep sort of person in front of square as he's noodled that one to the sweeper on the offside and come back for 2. So it's an interesting field. Kaz doesn't want to get too straight as sort of asking to be hit down to that vacant area on the leg side, but he'll definitely be looking to hit that white line on the offside, and got the protection there for it. There we go, he's got enough onto that. There we go, that's cleared the fence, and that'll be 6 runs. Kaz getting a bit too straight there, and the batsman got enough onto that. Actually went quite high and far. He'd be quite happy with himself there, I'm sure. But yeah, Kaz get a bit too straight there, but he'll come back strong. That'll almost bring up the 150 for Ainslie Park, I think. That's even a 148 on the scoreboard. He's hit that. He's late cut that one. Got plenty on that actually. Sort of carried on almost all the way to the deep third man. I thought he might have been in play there, but fallen just short. Hit that one quite hard. Nice little end of the innings end of the innings smack around here, with Jones being 17 of 12. And Margaret getting on with it as well. That's 20 off 18. So sort of going to run a ball, putting the bad ball away, which is very important late in the innings. Oh, is he heaved that one from well outside off stump to the deep mid wicket. Kaz doesn't get swept too many times, but there you go. He's got two for his travels. Yeah, that one seems to carry. He didn't get nearly enough onto that one, but yeah, again, it worked out for him. He's come back for the 2, so that's the end of Kaz's spell. That's probably what is definitely his most expensive over. So we went for about just over 20, I think, potentially. Dylan, he's got one over left. The big fluff ball. It's hard to hit at the best of times, especially in the last over. But Ainslie Park, they set a good foundation. That's something that's very important in any form of cricket, but especially 2020s, as they're 4 for 152 at the end of the 19th over. So they'll be looking to sort of get to push up over 160 this innings, which, as we said before, was maybe, I don't know if that was par, but it's a good competitive score in any 2020. Oh, as he's got the stumping, Jesse, very clean there. That's the 3rd stumping for the innings. Robbie will be struggling to take the gloves off him. Dylan, instant impact in the last over, with the batsman coming down the track, spinning a bit too much. You always want to have a look at Dylan, but in the last over of 2020, you don't have too much time to sort of sit back in your crease. You got to take it to him. But yeah, as we've seen, plenty of spin there from the big boy. He's got plenty of variations as well, so that's why it's always dangerous to come down the track to him, especially when he chucks the wider one. Sort of entices the batsman down the track. But yeah, as we said, got the variations. The wrong, and that's an unbelievable wrong. He gets plenty of bounce, plenty of spin the other way. He's got the iron ball, he's got the zooter, he's got it all. We're very lucky to have him down here at St Andrews. Invaluable cricketer. But there we go, gets the breakthrough, and I think that's his 2nd for the day. Didn't even realise he had an over left. He's got 1 for 28 off his 3, so that'll be 2 for 28 off 3.1 if my maths are correct. And that's Margaret gone for 20 runs off 18, so I'll be quite happy with that. As he brings new batsman to the creases. Oh, Carbon Coffee thinks back there. Chucked it up there, asked the batsman what he wanted to do with it, and you like the look of that. But as we saw, there's 2 balls in a row, beats the outside edge. Very hard to play Dylan across the line, but got the catches out there, so if they do want to take him on, the chance of a wicket's there. Oh, as that one sits up, he said that very high, but has Jed got there? Oh, he's not, has he? Oh my goodness, that's unbelievable. That's one of the best wickets you actually ever see in your life there. He's hit that one about 500 metres into the sky. Jed Hanson under that, has dove back and in one motion caught it one-handed and thrown it to Aaron, who'd come around to help him. That was a good 10-15 metre throw, and Aaron's caught it. That's unbelievable work by Jed Hanson there. We knew he was a great fielder, but boy, oh boy, wowee, that was very good work there. As Dylan gets yet another wicket. My goodness, that's taking me breath away. Jed Hanson taking a bow, although he won't get credit with a catch. There, he's done an unbelievable amount of hard work there. He's taken that from what seemed to be over the boundary and thrown that, yeah, as we said, good 10-15 metres to Aaron as he came round. That's the 2nd wicket on the over. Goodness gracious, he got a fair bit of that off the bat. I thought it was definitely gone well over the fence, but Jed, as cool as you like it, as cool as a cucumber. Never, it doesn't seem like he's ever getting out of first gear. But oh, wow, that's you won't see too many better than that. That's Dylan's 3rd wicket for the day and 2nd one for the over. Been very important couple of wickets at the end of the innings here, as we got 2 wickets off this 20th and final over, and no runs off. Brings yet another new batsman to the crease. My goodness, you'll never see that again, as the new batsman comes down the track and runs back. He hits that to Aaron at deep square leg. If he gets a good throw in here, there could be a run out opportunity. Sort of holds up in the grass there. So they get back for 2. So we've got 2 balls left here in the final over. It takes Ainslie Park to 6 for 154. They've been very important last wickets here from Dylan, and yeah, some tight bowling. He chucks that one out there and plays and misses. Seems to be squeezing in that wide line. This batsman seem to be going over like to be looking over the leg side. But yeah, again, against the spin can be hard at the best times. As he gets that one on the full, doesn't get much of it, but they might look to get back for the second. Jed Hanson gets that in. Oh, unfortunately, sort of. JC gets a poor bounce off the side of the pitch there. Seems to be gesturing that it sort of swung, but that'll be the conclusion of Ainslie Park's innings there. Yet another 2 to the deep mid wicket fielder there. So Ainslie Park finish up on 6 for 156. Sort of used to being the pick of the batsman with 49 or 44. Tucker getting I'll say chipping in, but he batted very well as well, 43 or 30. Get a bit of luck with the chance off the free hit. But yeah, the pick of the ball is definitely Dylan Cuthbertson. 4 overs, he would have finished for 3 for just over 30. I want to say 32. But yeah, sort of sharing the wickets around, other than Dylan getting his 3 for. Jed Hanson got 1 for 31 off his 4 overs. Lockie Muir 1 for 16 off 2. And Aaron Stephen also chipping in with 1 for 21 off 2. Kaz bowled very well to be sort of unrewarded wickets wise. 4 overs, none for 21. And Mitch at the top of the innings and also finishing off 4 overs, none for 26. So we've got a decent chase on our hands here at Manson Reserve on this beautiful Tuesday arvo. 150, I can't remember what it is, 157 I think. They're chasing, but definitely have the batting power to do so. The pitch, not lightning, but definitely 160 seems to be around par. So the key to this St Andrews innings is definitely to sort of get off to a good start, but also have some wickets in the shed. Definitely got some powerful hitters up the order and back quite deep as well. So yeah, they'll be matched by Ainslie Park's talented bowling lineup. We'll have a short break, but we'll be back shortly with the second innings. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second innings of the Tuesday night 2020. As I said before, it was a very short changeover actually. I had to run up to the bar and see the boys behind the barbecue doing God's work up there, Janta and Cam. Thank you for that. They're doing an amazing job. Some great burgers. And snags as well. They got the lot. But here we have Jesse and Jacko, the familiar sight, at the top of the order for St Andrews, with Moss, I think it is, the left armour, taking the first over. So Jesse will take the first ball, as we can see. Don't know too much about this block, but JC can definitely, a very valuable skill of his is finding the gaps early on, and he can definitely put away the bad ball. Jack will come off quite a good knock on the weekend of 110. If you're unaware of that, I'm sure he'll probably tell you in the coming days about it, almost ball by ball. But this will be a good battle, the left-hander to Jesse. So quite an attacking field actually. We got the one slip in, the sweeper on the offside, and the deep mid wicket. Other than that, the fielders on sort of through the cover point and mid off region. They're quite close to the bat, so obviously they mustn't see who's at the other end, because there's definitely no quick singles at the best of times, let alone in a 2020. As we have the El Presidente joining me yet again. How are you, Matty?
I only came down because you said you wanted 5 minutes to eat your burger.
Potentially might have happened. I don't think anyone can confirm nor deny this. As Moss comes to Jesse Lynn again, and he's hit that well off the mid-off's knee. He's pulled up a bit lame from that, so I think he should maybe use his hands next time, not his knee. But yeah, Matty, what are your thoughts on today? talk us through your views on the first innings.
Well, they started off pretty strong, didn't they? And then we ended up tightening it down a little bit more with the ball, and now it's a total of about 160 odd, which is well and truly gettable. So we're well and truly in this, and it's going to be a fun little run chase. You want to speak while you got your mouth full, mate?
Give me 1 second.
I've got this, don't worry. I'll go lower. That's a great shot with to long deep cover, and it's just a single, but good shot there by Jacko. But yeah, Zachy, I thought it was a pretty good fight back, especially with that blinder of a catch from combo between Jed and Aaron there. That was brilliant. So it had even had the Ainslie Park boys up at the bar just gasping and in a bit of awe, which was great. So it was really good to see. As I said, 160 odd, very very gettable, especially on this ground. It's not that slow actually. It's actually pretty quick. So I definitely think if we just bat the overs, get the 20 overs, get the run rate where it should be, we're well and truly in this. I'm still recovering from when the ball hit the fog box post, to be honest. Anyway, mate. I
thought that could have been a very expensive 6. But yeah, as you said, the sort of a late innings fight back. It wasn't so much of a fight back, but Ainslie Park looks to start getting away there, but the Saints bowlers pegged them back very well. And as for that catch, words don't do it justice. That's that's definitely the best catch I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, it sort of changed the tone of the innings for sure. As we just realised, there is no square leg umpire as Mitch Plant runs across the pitch. Get up to the pegs. You can't get stumped, Jesse. But yeah, so that's definitely changed the tone and gave Saints a bit of momentum going into the batting innings. As Moss comes into lean. Oh, very well fielded there. That's saved, one as the fielders out there, but it puts pressure on the batsman early on if you see some sort of things. You pierce the gap and makes the fielders feel a bit closer to the bat. Not too many runs out there. Jesse definitely seeing them well, hitting the middle of the bat. Moss comes in yet again. Jesse goes across the stumps. I'm not too sure what happened there. Jesse's looked to play sort of down the ground, but just missed the outside edge. Yeah, very attacking field. What as a captain, Matty? What are your thoughts on this field, mate?
It's funny, I usually let Ibbers pick my fields for me, but they've gone very attacking early. They've already got a long deep cover. They've only got the one, and also a long mid-wicket sort of thing. But yeah, it's pretty standard at the moment. Just ring field, except for those two people on the boundary, obviously because of the restrictions as well. But obviously bowling tight and to their field as well. Jesse and Jacko obviously penetrating and hitting the gaps, but they are protected by the boundaries of where the deeper fielders are fielding. So obviously as the overs grow longer, I think it's after the fifth over they can put someone else out, and so on and so on. But we've just got to capitalise now and hopefully pierce some more gaps and get some leak some boundaries through that field.
Exactly right. And for those playing at home, fielding restrictions, the first 5 overs you're only allowed 2 out, and then every 5 overs after that you're allowed 1 more extra out. I don't know if it's the same in the last 5 overs, but yeah, especially early in the innings with the power play, only 2 allowed out. So St Andrews will be looking to capitalise, but also with the risky shots brings the chance of wickets. So Ainslie definitely seem to be looking to get a couple of early ones here, put the pressure straight back on St Andrews. Yeah, very good shot there by Jesse Lynn. Just sort of use the pace there and pierce the gap sort of between the short third man and point. So very good shot. That's something that a very good skill of Jesse's, as we were talking about before. Yeah.
So what do you think about the ground conditions, Zachy? I know you played a lot of games on this ground, but obviously round 1 when we had that washout, the ground didn't look it was going to. Oh, that's well fielded. The ground didn't. Oh no. He's safe. The ground didn't look like it would be playable for quite some time, but it's actually obviously the warmer weather's helped, but it's actually come up quite nicely.
Yeah, exactly right. With a lot of rain sort of washed out everyone in the first round, but even round 2 there was no game to be able to be played on here. As I don't know if you can see on the camera, there's definitely areas that hold a lot more water than others. And the bowling end they're at right now is on a bit of a hill, so the water pools there. With the rain we had a bit earlier, I thought we might have had an issue with it and had to sort of get the super soakers and the scrapers and stuff out. But no, when we got here, it was picture perfect, or as good as it can be. And as you said before, it's quite fast.
It is, yes.
Usually before Christmas it's very lush, and in a 2-day if you get 120, that's a very competitive score. Jesse flicks that one past the short fine leg for 4, and that's the first boundary of the day. Nice little shot there by Jesse. Principal goes to be bowling quite quick off spinners. But yeah, that just showed there. Jesse didn't overhit that, and it's still hit the fence quite hard. So yeah, looking forward to. Well, as a batsman, sort of looking forward to playing on it after Christmas. Not so much as a bowler, but yeah, it's good to see it's in very good condition. As we know, the back oval, you can always get a game on there, and the dog track's doing its thing as well. As Jesse gets the quick single. Yeah. What are your thoughts as president, Matt?
I'm actually just watching Jacko bat, and I'm just trying to think how his body's fielding after his 110 on the weekend. Obviously a 2-day turnaround, or 3-day turnaround, sorry. But we're chatting to him before. He said he was feeling fine, but let's just hope there's plenty of gas left in the old bones of Dwayne Paisley. But yeah, you're right, Zach. It's been the ground, especially this time of year. It has been quicker, but it definitely has been slower too throughout the years. And yeah, it's something that obviously us and the committee have identified. Good shot through the cover there for one. Something that the committee and I have identified is obviously once the pavilion's built by this time next year, we'll be looking to work with the council to refurbish this main ground as well, and make it a little bit bigger, fence it out a bit longer. That way it can accommodate to the footy clubs wanting to play on the main oval in the winter as well. But it also just I think that's a good shot from Jacko. It's going to be a 2, just on the boundary there. But yeah, it's something that's a bit overdue, especially with the pitch. Pitch has been there for quite some time, so that's obviously due for an upgrade. But while we're at it, we might as well get the most of it and get some funding to get the ground fixed as well, where it has got some wet spots as well. We want to try and get them fixed up and get it draining nice and neatly.
you touched on that quickly there, and it's something that shouldn't be taken lightly. But the hard work from the sort of committee and some people in particular, yourself, Jacko, Troy Knox, Bongo, all those guys. The new club rooms is very exciting news for St Andrews. As just said, it's been years in the making. It's just going to make St Andrews an even better place, put to play cricket, and with more. It's such a good place to play cricket now, and they'll just sort of attract more players. So where do you see the club in the next sort of 5 years, Matthew?
It's funny, Zach, because a few conversations I've had with a few of the boys that are overseeing this sort of project with the council. We both we all understand that. I'll just wait for this ball. Good shot there. That is a boundary to Jacko. It should be. Oh, no, he just slipped over, but that's all right. Just fielded in the field of play for 2. But when we get these new rooms, Zach, I don't think we'll know ourselves, to be honest. So this is me being a bit biased, but I believe we've got the best layout of any club in the RDCA in regards to the 3 grounds back to back. And of course, with this new pavilion that's coming, the double story sort of design, it's going to complement the ground setup as well as the position the club's in. We've definitely outgrown playing this there. We've definitely outgrown our pavilion, and we have by quite some years now, having 9 senior sides, 9 senior men's sides, 1 senior women's side, and 12 or 13 junior sides. I think it's time that, and it is time that we get a complex and a building that accommodates to our needs, and that's exactly what's happening. A lot of hard work between Bongo, Jacko, myself, Noxie, and a few of those guys to obviously get this project up and running. It's been years in the making. It's been well and truly 10 years plus. So to actually get a commitment and something happening in the next 12 months, I think it's a really good position we're in.
Yeah, it's all happening very, very quickly. It's been in the works for so many years, and now that we can sort of sit here and look forward into 1 year's time, and we'll have the massive double-story rooms. It's a very exciting time. I will miss getting changed in the urinal. It's an experience in itself. You got to do it at least once in your life, But here we are. There's a very quick arm action, and sort of rushes Jesse a little bit as he hits that one to the short cover. But yeah, I'm sure the sort of away teams will be welcoming this change as well, as they now have a change room and they're not just sitting at this side of
What's a change room?
What's a change room? Yeah, there's barely enough room in St Andrews to have one team, let alone the potentially 6 teams playing it at the one time. But yeah, very exciting times as St Andrews moved to number 15 off 3, so a nice little tidy start. Jacko's sort of squirting a couple through the point region, which is not unlike him. So the longest part of the boundary is Jesse didn't get enough of that and spinned it straight to mid-wicket. So I think the quick arm action might have sort of rushed Jesse a little bit.
It's deceivingly a lot slower than what his action's showing, so it probably caught him a little bit there, and he had a little bit more time that he didn't realise.
Yeah, so that's unfortunate to lose the early wicket here, but that brings that's Jesse out for, I'll tell you in 1 second. Ooh, that was a good burger. Just want to let everyone know there's not down here. Get down to St Andrews and see the legends behind the barbecue to get yourself a big burger or a snag, and that's Jesse out 9 off 13. So not terrible, not great, but that brings the big boy Dylan Cuthberts into the crease, and we know he can do a bit of damage.
Yeah, as Zach said, get down if you're in the area. We've got Genta Zilm and Cam Riley cooking up a storm on the barbie and selling like hotcakes. So there's a good little turnout here at the moment. But obviously come down and support the boys. Weather might have scared a few people off early with the rain, but it's actually turned into quite a nice evening.
Yeah, there's a bit of wind earlier, but it seems, I don't know, it's a bit brighter now. Whether I'm just imagining that or not, but yeah, no, there's a good sort of turnout for both teams, actually, a bit of support. Obviously quite hard with Tuesday night trainings and stuff being this early in the season. It's very valuable to get the training sessions in. But yeah, no, it's great to see the support. Is that, yeah, as we said, Dylan Cuthbertson to the crease, the big boys, very intimidating for the opposition teams. Whoa, straight through him early. Don't see that too much with Dylan. He's very usually very confident on the front foot and hits him hard through the V in general, but especially through the mid-off to mid-on region. seems, yeah, again, to surprise him, it can be a bit deceiving. Could be sort of angling in a little bit or swinging in, I'm not too sure. But there we go, he's got enough batter on that, I'm sure that'll roll away. It's a good little chase there to the fence. 4-4, it didn't get there in time. So Dylan off to a good start, that's 4 off his second ball. It doesn't miss too much there. A bit over pitching there, but yeah, as we said, very confident on the front foot, especially early. So Dylan wasting no time, which is not unusual. Hits the ball very hard. Oh, and that's hit him in the palms. There we are. Don't rub him. Was that guarded palms? I'm not too sure. He's rubbed nothing. There you go. The big boy obviously doesn't wear a thigh pad, so anything he misses on the legs there is not gonna tickle. Bit unhappy with himself for missing out there. As we know, he's very good off the front foot, but just as good off the back foot. He can hit them a long way. But it just missed out there. Didn't get up too much. Here's Jacko waddling around, doing what he usually does. With the sweeper on the offside, it seems like they must have seen him play for the last 30 years. Main scoring point, shot through point, and he hit some very hard through there. But Moss is coming back for his third over. It's about he's pulled up a chair. Bit more comfy than being on your knees.
Thought you might need some company, mate, so that's out. Might go now.
Go away. As Jacko liked the look of that one, but didn't get across too much and just sort of towed it to the short third man region. It's a very heavy scoring shot there for Jacko, so I'm sure he'll feel like he missed out there. So that's 2 quick wickets for Ainslie. They got what they're looking for. The 2 openers out. But yeah, I think Moss has got both. That's his first one. But yeah, Moss the third over for him. Penmore's coming out to bat. There we go. He could sort of shake up. The St Andrews middle order often does move around, but especially today with the mainstay sort of Jack Painter, who'd usually be batting forward, not playing, gives Penmore a bit of a chance up the order. He was away in the weekend, but other than that, he's batted very, very well early in the season. So he'll be looking to continue that form on. But
wonder how he's feeling from his little stint at Bathurst on the weekend. He come back last night, I think, and from the sound of it, he had a pretty good time. So let's hope that good form turns into some good batting performances.
Yeah, very well hydrated Penmore is. It's not unlike him to have a very decent crack, and when he's away for a week, he definitely won't miss out on the chance to have a go. It's Harold Hanson joins us in the commentary box. G'day, mate. Just want to talk us through your grandson's catch.
Oh.
Got any words for that?
Oh, I better not say too much.
That's all good.
Be complimenting him?
Yeah, I think so.
Saw it. No, it was very good.
He's got a grin from ear to ear, and as he should, that was an unbelievable catch. That was very good. You won't see too many like that. And definitely won't see any better.
He had a very good one over here, but he was just over the line.
Oh, he's actually right. It wasn't for the first time in the innings that he had a crack, but yeah, well, I want to say he made up for the dropped catch. I don't know if it was a dropped catch. I think he sort of just took it over the fence. As Penn was facing up for his first ball, with Moss coming over the wicket, straight off the mark. He's found the gap through the cover region to the sweeper. There we go. Always the first run. The first run's always the hardest to get, Matty, isn't it?
It is, yes. Shout out to my good friend Tom Rosevere, who's just given me some nice little encouragement via text message. So thank you, Tommy. I appreciate that, and hope to see you here in the next 5 to 10 minutes to help cheer on the boys.
Get down here, Rosie. So this is 2 fresh batsmen to the crease. This is Dylan's first ball off this bowler. He wouldn't want to drop short, but he's got the protection on the leg side with the sort of a wide mid-on, actually. Deep wide mid-on. And then also the sort of deep square leg corner. But if Dylan gets onto it, they'll be definitely taken out of the play. That's a very good shot. There's no reward, though. Rightio, Matty. So we know you're a bowler, but what's your go-to shot?
I don't think I've batted in about 4 years, mate. It was luxury naming 12. Yeah, look, I'm pretty. I hate to put tickets on myself, but I play a nice ramp shot, do a good reverse sweep, and just any ball that puts it in my slot, I'll hit it over the top of him, straight down the ground. So I think I've got a few people that can vouch for that for me as well.
Oh, 100%. I can't say I've seen you do it in a game, but that ramp definitely gets pulled out at training. Usually when it's quite dark as well. One of the last at training, he's very selfless, man. He let others jump in front of him and then just capitalise on the tired balls at training.
I only face 10-year-olds anyway, so it's fine.
So right, it's all sort of confidence boosting for the 10-year-olds potentially. As Pembrey defends nicely down the ground. Pembrey seems like he got a bit more sort of a new lease on batting this year. He's always had a good cover drive. He's definitely backing himself a bit more now. But it's a good little challenge for him against a team up a grade. Seems to be getting a bit of swing sort of into the right-hander, which is unlike the white ball, but that finishes the over.
One good thing I love about Pembo is just his energy and his enthusiasm that he brings to any team he plays in. Obviously, he's one of the most loved members at the club here, but from an outsider looking in, obviously, we'll never play a first 11 game, but just looking at the energy he brings, everyone just gets around him, and he brings up that energy throughout the whole team as well. It's really good to see. He is capitalising with a bit of form with the bat as well, as he did not last round but the round before. So hopefully he turns that energy and momentum into his favour, and he can start performing some and getting some really good runs in that top 6.
That's right, and as Fluffy's the coach sort of instilled in us a couple of years ago, but it's a motto he likes to definitely plays cricket by, but sort of live by, is hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard, and Pembo definitely epitomises working hard, so it'll come. He's definitely very bubbly cricketer, if that's a way to describe him. But where he'll start converting those sort of starts that he's getting, and he'll start growing into a very good cricketer. And as we've got the change of advantage after the first 5 overs, 2 for 21 off 5. So Ainslie, as Dylan squirts that one, I thought he went straight up, but he's got enough onto that. Sort of just chips it over there. Is it 4? No, just stopped inside. Nice little pitching wedge there from Dylan. Didn't get too much of that, but he'll get back from 2. Dylan, electric between the wickets. That's one word to describe it. He must have been looking for the third. But
he's run a few threes, Dill, so
don't
put it past him.
And when he says a few, he means a few. In the last many years, he comes down the track and goes that one a bit too much down wide. But Ainslie seemed to be a bit, I don't want to say on top, but they got the 2 early wickets they were looking for. St Andrews sort of can't take too many risks now, sort of have to sort of just stabilise at the top of the order. Still plenty of time to go, 15 overs, you can definitely score quite quick out here. But Dylan, if Dylan's at the crease late in the innings, I'm sure we're well on our way to chasing it down.
It's a good test for our boys as well. Obviously, Ainslie have been a mainstay in the Trollope competition for quite some years. Always up there, always competitive. So to get a good performance under our belt against these boys tonight just show that we deserve to be playing up with the big boys in Trollope. So I have no doubt that our boys think that. That's a great shot, one-handed 6 through the mid wicket, I believe. It is good shot there, Dill. Right on cue. The field is protesting that was a 4. The umpire's already called 6. I think that's a bit of... he's actually changed it. You can't do that. You can't do that. That's like me going to the petrol station and not paying for fuel. You can't do that, mate. It doesn't matter anyway. But to get a good performance under our belt against a good solid Trollope side like Ainslie, it's encouraging. So we back our boys and we know where we're at as well.
Fluffy face up again, and get another one-handed. He's got one better there. That's another.
That's 6, isn't it?
Well, he wanted another 6, but the same fielder signalled 4. As you said, that one halfway across the dog track, that's bounced over the fence. So we'll take a bit to get back, and we'll have a quick look around the grounds in the RDCA T20 Trollope. Templeton actually only finished 9 for 156 after a very, very promising start, but in response, Moorbacher 3 for 38. So they want to sort of get going. 3 for 40 off 8 overs, so sort of got a long way to go. And Norwood all out for 130 against Warnwood, who are currently 1 for 26, with the dangerous Dave Johnson at the crease. As Dylan, is that a quick single? I couldn't help believe my eyes.
Lucky we can watch this back on replay, mate.
I think Dylan beat Pembo there, but it's Yeah, Dylan's actually deceivingly quick, if you want to say that.
He's a pretty electric fielder as well, from what I've seen. He just covers ground pretty quickly. He's very agile.
Yeah, when he wants to go, he can, but he sort of
Takes his time
doing it. Yeah, he doesn't want to overexert himself, if you want to say that. As we've got a bowling change, this bloke looks like he's about 25 foot tall, so it'll be interesting to see what he bowls. Dylan seems to be hitting him quite well, currently 16 off 11, with the 2 boundaries off the last over, and Pamble currently 1 off 3. But the change of bowler can always shake things up. Can be a good chance to score, but also wickets can fall. So we'll see how we go here. Dylan also obviously does love a bit of extra bounce, so he could capitalise here.
So Scotty Muir's just run across the ground. I don't think he wants any bit of commentary, but we'll get him on at some stage.
As Dylan heaves that one over the mid wicket straight to the... Yep, didn't get enough of that. It's sort of, I think he might have toed that, but quite a comfortable catch for the bloke on the deep mid wicket fence. So it's a very big wicket there for Ainslie Park, as Dylan was always dangerous, but especially today. So that's 3 for 33 now off 6. Got a bit of work to do, but Pembo at the crease and St Andrews definitely back quite deep. Yeah, it seems Jed's walking down the hill. Could be anyone. We got Jake who can definitely hit a long ball. I'm pretty sure it was all over the social media, so it's like My Cricket, Fox Cricket, all those. Last year he hit a six off the last ball to win the game. Jed Hanson, is that right?
In the semi-final, I think it was as well. So yeah, he's definitely a big stage player, and hopefully he comes out when the time's right for him and steers us through to a good win.
The stage could be set, but these two at the crease here, Pembo and Jed, they've batted together a lot over the last couple of years through the St Andrews middle order. So they know each other's game in and out. Jed, very strong boy, very good athlete, can hit a long ball, so he'll definitely back himself, and much like Pembo, he's very, very similar.
Yeah, it's probably the two athletic guys we got out at the club in the middle of the pitch now. So hopefully they put on a good partnership. We're set for some fireworks if they do get going.
That's it. It was 14 overs to go, so it's still a long time in the 2020 format, so they can sort of consolidate. Have a couple of overs with no wickets. They can put away the bad ball, which with these two will do very well. But yeah, as we say, we've got Jake that can come in. Chris is also a very good batsman. Mitch is not to be underestimated, very long leaf, is a very strong boy. We batted almost straight down to number 11. Bit of extra bounce there.
Got a leg by?
Is that potentially off bat? Pembo, if it was off, wide, nothing. It must have hit keeper's gloves, because definitely heard a noise.
Oh yeah, Aaron, come over here for a sec, mate. We'll get you on. So, young gun Aaron Stephen just walking by. I think he was going to go and obviously chat to his dad who's parked nearby. But just give us your thoughts on the game so far. As obviously you're a part of that wonderful, spectacular catch. So talk us through that.
The catch?
Yeah, the catch.
Well, I saw Ty come in, and I knew Ty can hit a long bomb, but I went to backward square. Then Jacko told me to go a bit more forward, and Jed and I were probably just cone apart. And then I saw Jed go back for the catch. Didn't think he would get it, so I thought he'd just throw it in and I could, throw it in back into the keeper. And then I don't know what he did, but he just piffed it at me. And I started running in and I took it, but it was all really quick. I didn't think about it.
So the funny thing is, mate, Jed's done most of the hard work, but you're credited with the catch, so well done.
Yeah. I like the explanation. Piffed it at him. What do you reckon? 157 gettable?
Definitely chaseable. These two can bat long. Both of these can take us through to the end. And with me and Lockie batting 10 and 11, you never know what could happen.
Yeah. You steer it home. That's shot.
He meant that. Get there.
Oh no. Yeah, that's
running.
Good running. Yeah, definitely chaseable. Thank you, Aaron. Appreciate the colour commentary, mate.
Yeah, as Pembo and Jed, they just shows the sort of pace between the wickets. That's what we'll be looking to do. If they're not going to hit the ball of the boundary, they'll be definitely putting the pressure on the fielder, looking to get back for 2. As this book's led, he lets him go from very high. Goodness gracious me.
He's 7'8", so that's wide though.
Nice take from the keeper there. Yeah, it doesn't seem like overly quick, but the bounce is it's always a challenge. But just when he's letting him go from that height, not too much on the front foot for sure.
Oh yeah, he's releasing it pretty high. Obviously, you're getting the bounce, which would trick obviously a few of the shorter boys like Pembo. But we'll just wait for that bad ball. That's another wide. It's probably going to be 2 there, maybe 3. Yeah, Pembo coming back. This is dangerous, but. Well done, good running Pembo, obviously, as mentioned before, probably one of the most quickest on the side, so definitely no danger there.
Yeah, that's one of some Pembo's very strong at putting the pressure on the field, on the fielders. Sorry, so they're taking that's sort of not the greatest ball, but there's 2 times they've got back for the second down to that deep fine leg fielder. So as the ball comes in again is. Ooh, maybe a bit of bat there because that looked plumb from here.
Well, we're talking about his bounce, mate. His bouncing over.
Yeah, that's just hit Pembo in the chest. While we're on the topic of Pembo's height, I just want to let everyone know I'm 2 centimetres taller than him. He can use as much wax as he wants to spike his hair up, but I'm always going to be taller.
Yeah, but do you have a red-headed mullet?
I say no, and I don't want to, but at the same time, he embraces it. See that one very well. Yeah, a red-headed permed mullet. Let's not leave that.
He would have been one of the most popular boys at Bathurst on the weekend.
Oh goodness, would he ever have been? He was actually running around in his full St Andrews kit on Saturday, so he wasn't here in person, but he was here in spirit for sure.
It's a bit of Bear Morehouse about it, that's for sure.
Oh, a bit of hand the race. Bear would be very, very proud of that mullet. I'd like to see those 2 on a night out together.
I wouldn't.
Oh god, well, they could do a bit of damage for sure. But here we have a bowling change. Seems to be a left armour coming across Jeddah, who's very strong through the mid wicket and sort of straight down the ground region. So you might like to look at this.
So obviously we know Jed's batting prowess and how he goes about that, Zachy. But last few weeks, especially getting his chance in the second 11 bowling, just maybe explain to us what you think he can bring to a game with the ball.
Well, yeah, as you said, he's not been. Well, it's not as if he wasn't a good bowler. It's just that we've been, very lucky with the amount of balls we got coming through the juniors, and we've already had. So, he's always been a genuine all-round cricketer, but not really got too much of a chance. And it's good to see now that he's in the 2s that he seems to have definitely taken that chance with both hands. Very, very capable bowler. I reckon he's definitely one of the hardest to face in the nets because of he lets it go from so high, swings it a fair while as well. And them paired together is a dangerous mix. But yeah, it's very good to see him step up when needed. Gives us that extra bowling option. But as we saw him today, he was the first change bowler that wouldn't have happened the last couple of years.
Oh, exactly, and as I mentioned before, it just adds to the depth as well, which is something that we'd had lacked previously. Obviously, coming in as an all-rounder, when he gets his chance in that's edged through to 4 right in front of us. That's not a proper cricket shot, but it's got the chockies there. So, but yeah, it just adds to the depth. Obviously, with Jeddy bowling, and bowling well at that, we know that when he gets his chance in the 1s, he's going to take it. And it's going to be hard for blokes, obviously, trying to keep their spots. We got blokes knocking on the door in the second 11, and a lot of the younger boys coming through in the 3rd and 4th 11 as well.
That's it, as Pembo works a single to point. But yeah, as we were saying before, he's just an all-round athlete. If you were here, you saw, and if you were watching, you could sort of hear the commotion. He's a great fielder, just a valuable asset. Could almost be picked on his fielding alone. Great batsman, and now he's added that extra sort of string to his bow as he lands short of the mid-on fielder. Yeah, adds that extra string to his bow. It's just it's going to be very hard to knock out of that first 11 now. As the score moves along to 3-4, someone's standing in front of the thing.
We've got Wilbo, the birthday boy.
The birthday boy. We'll let him go as Jed.
That's should be 4.
Hooks well, actually. He's got enough onto that, and he's hit the one part of the fence where there's no net, and it's split the gap.
And
nice.
I think that's where the only puddle is as well.
Very well placed there by Jed. I think there's a bit of tactics in that. But that takes 3. That's the 50 up. 3 for just over 50 off 8 overs. So it's sort of just over 100 runs to get off the last 12 overs. And it's definitely doable, as we've seen these two have been able to find the boundaries without actually, taking too many risks. And if they can keep doing that for the next few overs, definitely, it gives a bit of momentum going into the back end of this innings.
So I've had a few people compare us, Zachy, to a bit of a Bruce McAvaney and a BT pairing. So I think they're spot on the money, to be honest. But
who's who?
Well, they can understand BT more than they can Bruce, I think. So I think I did hear yourself reference yourself to Tony Gregg before, though. Is that correct?
Tony Gregg, Bill Laurie, everyone, Richie Beano. I likened myself to the lot.
Obviously, summer of cricket, we've got the Ashes starting tomorrow too, which is going to be brilliant. So I'm looking forward to that. That's a short ball, should be punished, hit down to long mid wickets for a single.
Not the. I think that's a genuine listener, as he's almost put that into his own toes. But Penboy, I definitely feel like he missed out there. He hit it well, but could not have picked out the fielder on the fence any better. But Jed does like the spinners. He can play them well. So, as he said, that one too high. He's landed on the mid-wickets fence, and he is out. Not too happy with himself there. He was definitely there to hit, but I think he might have tried to get a bit too much loft on it.
Yeah, he just got under it, unfortunately. Shot was there, and we know that he can obviously clear that fence on any given day. It's just unfortunately a little bit mishit.
So that's the 4th wicket down for St Andrews for... Well, we're still in front of the scoreboard. I'll get the score for you in a second. Yeah, that would be 4 for 53 now. Not ideal, but yeah, as we've talked about, Jakey Cairns, he's a very good asset to the club, and he can bat, he can bowl. He was a bit tight through the back today, so we didn't see him start with the ball, which as we know he can, but yeah, definitely a very capable batsman. I think Pemble looks very good so far.
Yes, so do I. I think he's definitely got to be the one now that just anchors the innings and scores the runs, keeps ticking them over, and hopefully the other boys that are batting with him can just keep rotating that strike. No doubt, as you mentioned before, we can bat to 11, and I believe that we've got the depth there and the ability to do that as well. Just quickly as well, Zachy, put on the socials a bit earlier, we had some milestones reached over the weekend. So club stalwart Stewie Lynn's notched up 2,000 career runs for the club in very short time. I think he's played 6 or 7 seasons proper at the club, which is great. And obviously Nicky Wunsch, one of the other younger boys coming through the ranks, just turned 18, I think Nicky has, and he's notched up his 50th career senior wicket as well.
There we go, 2 very good clubmen with very, very proud milestones. Especially, Stewie, as you said, that's very quick. He seems to always make runs. He's Mr. Consistent, and Munchie coming through the juniors very, very well. You know, balls his big in-swingers. They can they'll definitely trouble the batsman, but he'll be a very good cricketer for years to come. Yeah, I forgot to mention before, all the social media visuals and images and stuff like that are done by the proud sponsor Icon Sports. They're actually great. The social media game's definitely lifted for the last couple of years. I don't know who's in charge for the last few years, but we've been booted out the door, and we've got the bigger boys in to do it, and they're doing a great job.
Yeah, they are. I'm glad that you took a backward step there, Zachy, because I was getting sick of pestering you every Sunday to get the results in a nice little graphic. But Icon are very good, to be honest. We got their sponsorship their digital package, which gives us ability to post teams and results and whatnot on that package. And they're pretty good. On Saturdays, we have our scores in My Cricket by about 7 o'clock. So what they do is they just go on to the My Cricket scorecards and pick the scores from those and send it back on a Sunday. But we've been doing that with all the sides as well, but we're waiting until the Sunday girls senior women's team. That's a bit short and it's unlucky.
Well left.
He's not happy, Pembo, look at him. So we're waiting until the women's senior side on the Sunday are completed too, so that way we put all the senior results up at once. But yeah, it's going great. So the guy that we deal with at Icon, his name's Josh, and he's very good, very quick as well, very good turnaround, and yeah, we can't fault it.
That's right, it's very efficient actually, as you said on the Sunday. Well, no, it'll be a bit more delayed with the girls cricket, but the scores out on Sunday, the team selection, all these huge milestones, it's a really good addition to the club. As this left arm spinner, it doesn't seem to try and spin him too much, so he might get a bit of drift. Penboy Pember's a bit frustrated with himself for missing out there, but he'll have Jake, the very experienced head, to talk him down. Who's come to the crease and got very, very busy early, which is what you like to see. We know he's got the ability to put away the bad ball, but if he can knock around the singles, get that scoreboard moving, that's sort of ticking off the first box and goes a long way to getting close.
So Zachy, how long have you been at St Andrews for now, mate?
That's a good question. I think, when was it, this be about 6-7 years now, potentially. Obviously came from the joint team with Templeton and St Andrews in under 16s, coached by Benny Morris.
I was going to say, is that the three blokes that Bongo crewed across?
Yeah, Bongo, myself, Corey Middleton, and Pembo is out there batting at the moment. Come across from Templeton. But yeah, I think we would. Yeah, well, it must be about six or so years. Getting quite old. Maybe the 7th season, actually, now I think about it. But yeah, no, it's been a great time. Started in the thirds, and we got to the grand final not too long after we sort of started our senior cricket with, again, Ben Morris the captain. But yeah, welcome to the club. It's like a big old family, and it's beautiful to be part of.
And that's one thing we pride ourselves on, is we are very much a family club. It's very encouraging to see a lot of the partners and players come down and bringing their family and kids and whatnot on a Thursday night for selection. That's another cut through first slip. That's for a single there, but yeah, it's good to see. We are, as I mentioned, a very, very heavy family club, and it's something that we do pride ourselves on, and yeah, we're excited to just watch it continue to grow, because obviously with the juniors being at the size they are, it's just going to give us good signs for years to come. That's a better sort of little cut there.
Nice control there from Pembo outside off to work it down to the man at deep third man for the single. But it's an interesting field here. They've got protection sort of all over the place. They've got the deep mid wicket, deep long off, and deep third man. And other than that, it's pretty just general ring field. Yeah, very well played there by Jake. But it can be hard to sort of penetrate the gaps when the field is all around you. There's not exactly too many genuine gaps out there. But they're very busy batsmen. They'll find a way, I'm sure. His ball comes in again, and Jake, yeah, nudges that onto the leg side. Something I don't know if you've noticed, or people at home have noticed, is every time Jake faces up, he adjusts his helmet as the ball is running in.
I haven't noticed, but now I won't stop noticing.
Yeah, you won't stop noticing. When he comes down to training, I was like, every time he did that, I almost pulled out because I was like, he's not ready. But then he's back at it.
Right shot. Straight to the throat. So obviously Jake Hanson has been at the club for a long time. His family is very heavily associated with St Andrews for many of years. So his dad played here, his uncles played here, he's played with his cousin. So yeah, it's good to have Jakey back. He obviously went down to Heatherdale and played a few years there, and he's come back this year and he's enjoying it. He's loving the freedom that he's playing with. He's loving the boys that he's playing with. So it's really good to have someone like Jake back down here at St Andrews.
There we are, the end of the 10 overs, so we're at the midpoint of the innings, and that's 4 for, it seems to be just over, what's the score, Matthew? He's not moved from in front of the scoreboard. 4 for 60 off 10. So, well, we've got to go at about 10 and over for the remainder of the innings, but definitely capable of it. They've sort of consolidated over the last couple of overs, so if they keep going how they're going, finding the middle of the bat and building the innings, definitely, hopefully have a bit of luck. This is the left arm spinner yet again, and I'll tell you who it is. It's Peters, who was the opening batsman. So Peters bowled alright, actually.
Is he the bloke that hit the frog box? No?
Potentially, it could have been, actually. It might have been. It was either him or Tucker. Well, no, we'll say yes for the...
Yeah, let's just say
if we're going to send someone a bill, we'll send it to him.
Yeah, Finton wasn't happy.
No, he's straight up. That's another big thank you to Finton. He had that sorted out in no time. I think it was sort of one over in between, but what are the chances of that, the ball hitting the frog box? This is about a centimetre wide.
Well, it was... well played there. I was getting ready for the catch, and obviously anyone that's played with me know that when I'm fielding deep, I'm safe as houses. So.
He was off like a rocket, Matt. He was straight under it. He even called himself in, despite no one being within 10 metres of him, other than myself, who hadn't left the chair. But I'll back you in, Matty. But unfortunately, yeah, whether it hit the camera or the pole, that's unknown, but
it actually hit the pole of the frog box. That's a nice shot through to square. So it actually hit the pole that the frog box is connected to, and the force of that's popped out the batteries from where the recorder is. It was something like I've never seen, and I've had a fair bit of people critique your commentary there, Zachy. They said that you weren't as surprised that it happened.
I was very surprised. I was more ducking for cover. The survival instincts came in, and I just ran. I almost caught a battery. I'd say that. It landed right in front of me. But yeah, I got a bit scared. I won't lie. That's where the non-surprise came from, as that comes off Jake's pads for the single. But yeah, no, I was more shocked than anything. I was more animated after the camera went off. I just want to promise that everyone to that. But yeah, no, Finton did a great job to get the thing back on board and running again. Pembo's facing up, and through his. Did that go through his legs?
I think it's going to be more leg bites.
Yeah, it's just the one. It was good fielding there, actually, quite quick from the guy at short third man. But Pembo, was that? Oh, it seemed to be off bat. I don't think he caught anything. As we have the unicorn, the ex vice president now, but still very valuable to the committee, Dave Bailey, coming down. G'day, mate. How you going?
Good, boys. How are we?
Oh, good as gold. Better for seeing you. When the big question? When's the return?
After Christmas.
After Christmas. Any reason for that?
Too busy working, not doing too much, not getting paid enough.
Are we all?
He's told me that he's only coming back to play with Cam Riley in the 8s anyway, mate. So.
Oh, is that right?
It's the only place I'll make runs.
That's what's holding Cam back, because he'd be climbing up the grades if it wasn't for waiting for you to come. I see why he's waiting for that promotion. But yeah, how have you been, mate? Obviously, a lot's happened for you sort of in the last few years. Got married, new job. How's that all going?
Gone all right. No different to what it was before when you've been together with someone for 10 years. Just a bit of official paperwork, that's all it is. Just going all right.
That's good. X-raying people still?
Yeah, making sure they're not sticking stuff where they shouldn't. If they do, I know where it is.
We'll leave that one to the viewer's imagination as the beanstalk comes into Jake Cairns, and he edges that for first slip. That's a very fruitful scoring position for Jake so far this innings, but they've got the the third man back, so just the single.
Strong wagon wheel.
So, doesn't matter how you get them.
Scorebook just says a single.
Exactly right.
So we'll just wait for Jack to deliver the ball, and it's well played. It wasn't an edge through the slips. But unfortunately, it was a dot ball though. So yeah, obviously a bit of work for our boys to do. Run rate's creeping up, but we know that our boys will wait for the ball and the bad ball and just punish that, which unfortunately Ainslie aren't really giving us at the moment. Until that one. That's likely to be through the covers for 4. And it is. He did a bit of an unnecessary dive on the boundary. I think he's hurt. Don't send the medical bill to us.
That was a very good, confident shot from Pembo there. Obviously not trying to force anything too much, but very strong through the cover. So he likes to wait for that half volley, and he's put it away. I think they've just sort of moved the sort of sweeper through the offside up there, so they'd be spewing as he goes right back, and they bring the deep long on up. The fielders they have on the fence are the deep third man, sweeper on the offside, sweeper on the leg side, and deep fine leg, so they've got everything covered. As Pembo works that to third man for the 2, he's got back.
Good running.
Great running. They've gone to the bowler's end. Jake's done a good job to get back there. Bit of momentum, these two.
So Zachy, obviously touching on how long you've been at the club. Out of all those years that you have been here, who have been your top 3 players that you played with?
Oh, top 3 players that I've played with. That's a hard one. Obviously, so many good players. As Pembo squirts that one to point, and there he goes. Is that 6 now? Oh, 5 or 6 done, unfortunately.
Before you answer that, we do have have Paul Montgomery that's walking by, so we'll get him on for a bit of a stint of commentary here, and he can give us a bit of the insight of what he thinks needs to happen from our boys to get us home. G'day Monty, how are you?
Yes, good Matt, how are you?
Delighted to
What
be
do we
here.
need here? A lot more runs in a very short period of time would be my take. 86 off about 8. Yeah, that's if I reckon we can get 11 and over, we're right in this.
No, see, you can't pay for that experience. That's very good from you, Monty.
So Monty, just before you leave, mate, I just want to get your insight on how it was playing under a pretty good captain over the weekend.
No, wonderful captaincy. Unbelievable. A very efficient cricket, the third 11 on the weekend. Keep man to 83 and then just make him in 22 overs. It's just finish by 4:30, bar by 4:35. Efficient cricket.
Thank you, Monty. Appreciate it. So Zach, just back to my question. Give us your, it could be more obviously, but give us your handful of players that you really enjoy playing with.
Well, we'll go straight back to when I first started playing at the club. Obviously, players like Bongo and Benny Moore and stuff in the team that I was playing in, they're just really good leaders, good experienced cricketers, and obviously very talented as well. But especially over the recent years, we've had Jack Painter come in, got a wealth of experience and more talent than I've seen anyone ever, and he's just someone that loves cricket, an unbelievable amount, and that's why his new job, I'm sure he's watching from home, but his new job is perfect for him. Just write about cricket all day, so he'd definitely be up there. Dylan, especially, the best leg spinner, well, spinner in general I've ever seen bowl and faced, and then also just Jacko, because he's Jacko. He's ancient and he's still somehow doing it. So
And he'd be upset if you didn't say that.
I think that's more to it. He'll watch this back ball by ball. We might have turned it off by now because he's not batting. But I think those three, and other than that, there's been numerous other cricketers that I've been so lucky to play with. But yeah, definitely those three they stand out above the rest. And how about yourself, Matty?
Well, as you know, I'm played a lot of cricket in the lower grades through my years here. So very early on, I learnt a lot in my game from Steph Callow. He was one that I leant on quite heavily when I was a captain in the early days, and one of the older heads there, and very knowledgeable, played a lot of cricket, a lot of higher grade cricket, went back in his heyday as well, so he was one of the earlier ones that I really loved playing with. Obviously in the later years, when we won those premierships back to back, there was a few of the boys in there. Probably my favourite player to play with is Tom Roseby. I just obviously we played a lot of cricket together, and it's just good fun when we're out there, just two mates having a good time. A lot of others as well. There's a fair few. I got to win a premiership with my brother a few years ago, so that was great. Obviously Dave behind me, I've known Dave for 20 years, so to play a few games with him there as well, and Stewie Wind. You can't go by Stewie Wind. You can't go by Stewie Wind. I think he's half the reason why we won those premierships. So, but that's a mishit there, but just they're going to go for just the one. So yeah, they're probably mine. Steph Callow early on, and Tom Rose when he does play. I'm actually playing with Tommy this week in the threes as well, which will be great.
There you go. He must have knocked off for the year. He usually working most Saturdays. But yeah, as you see Parky come to the crease with Jake, again, two very, very good batsmen. Parky, a great addition to the club with his experience, but he's a very versatile player. He can bat, in the first game we saw him bat a bit lower middle order, and then on the weekend just slips perfectly into the sort of top four. And last T20 sort of found his range very well, just walking across the stumps and slapping them wherever he wanted to. So it's definitely doable. Got a lot to do here, but if they can get a couple of good overs under their belt, then I'm sure it'll make a game of this. We're currently 5 for 76 off 13, and I will tell you who has made any runs. So no one's a couple of starts, but no one's really got going. No one. Pembo top scored with 17 off 22, so built a good foundation there, but unfortunately sort of just squirted one to point and had to go. And Dylan 16 off 12, he's probably the key wicket that we we needed him to sort of bat through the innings, post a big score. After this, we do again have some batting to come. We've got Kaz Singh, Mitch Plant, Aaron Stephen and Lockie Muir, who can all hold a stick, but as Pahi puts that one into the trees, get him up. There we are, thank you for that. That was effortless, sort of just helped it on its way, it seemed like that, but he's put that 5 metres over the fence and into the trees.
We touched on it before, Zachy, but the experience Pahi brings to our boys. It was we weren't looking to obviously add to our players in the first 11 to his calibre this year. We were going to back our junior boys to get us through, and obviously hope that they came to the party with some good performances. But he came to us at the right time, and it's pretty much a player that we're after. He complements the style and the chemistry that we're building, and he's performing quite well.
That's right. A good, just genuine clubman, fits into the culture really well. He's almost seamless. We all obviously knew him from playing against him for multiple years, but from his old club, BC Park, he captained a few teams, played pretty regularly in the ones, and that's it's a great shot. They'll be looking to come back for the 2. No, good fielding. But yeah, so as you said, it fits in perfectly. We didn't really realise we needed him, but yeah, he's fit in perfectly.
He just popped up.
He just pops up, and we're lucky to have him. We all love him. He's
a great inclusion.
Great inclusion. But yeah, that's it. It's sort of no big changes needed. A couple of tweaks here and there.
I just noticed the little nod of the helmet from Jakey there, mate. So thanks for that.
That's all good. You never unsee that. It's an odd one. I don't know where this is. You see the trigger movement sort of gone across the crease and stuff like that. But no, just make sure his helmet's in the right spot. This isn't the opening ball again, is it? Don't know. Might be. Might not be. But
50-50 guess.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it is. We'll go with yes. There's not overly amount of pace, but he sort of just chucks it up on the right spot. Pahi and Jake are working him around here, and obviously when the bad ball comes, they put it away. Might need to get a bit more creative here as the run rate sort of climbs a little bit. But yeah, it could be in for an exciting finish.
It's not that we aren't batting badly, because we're going okay. It's just Ainslie are putting the ball in the right spots and then balling to their field. The fielding has been pretty good there, and it's just hard to pierce the field.
Yeah, it's in a very good fielding team actually. The pressure was built from almost the first over when they got the one-handed pickups in cover. But yeah, St Andrews, we didn't miss too many chances, but there's a lot that sort of fell just out of reach, tiny bit short. They could maybe even play the difference in the end. But as Jake...
Good shot.
Yeah, that's a very good shot. The ball at point didn't move, and I thought it was going straight to him.
So Zachy, give us an update on your little setback that we got at the moment. Obviously, you'd be out here usually playing these T20s, so just let us know what's happening behind the scenes with you, mate.
I got dropped. I'm getting on, and I've done my hamstring. It's I don't know, it's a bit of a niggle, but it's an annoying sort of little injury that I've got, especially early on in the season with the delayed start already, and wiped me out for one game there and came back and didn't do it any favours. So yeah, hopefully get back into it quite soon. But watching, buddy, I hate watching. It sucks. You just want to be out there and playing, don't you? But yeah, hopefully be back before Christmas, if not after Christmas. As far as that one down Lakeside, potentially looking for the stumping. This guy's sort of gentle off spinners, but he gets the job done.
Yeah, he does. He's just putting it on that nice little spot, and I mean that was a wide, obviously, but yeah, he's just putting it nice and tight, nice and full. Hard for our guys to get any free shots away. It's we're earning our runs here for sure. So also, Zachy, I know I don't think you're as much part of it now, but you were a part of Jacko's Saints gardening for a while, weren't you? As well as the other 8 blokes in the club.
Yeah, no, it's definitely he's definitely got half the blokes in the club a job. But yeah, no, busy as anything. I'm sure you've seen, those at home. I've seen Jacko's logo every which way they look. He's almost sponsoring every club in the Southeast.
Sponsors every club that I've ever seen.
But yeah, and those in the RDCA, if they've not seen it already, I'm sure they will sometime in the season. He's actually one of the main ball sponsors, so I'm sure a few clubs will be very happy to have. As Jake chips out and down the ground, it's not going to go all the way, but he's run straight past it, and that's forward. could have done a little bit better there, but there you go. But yeah, he's a ball sponsor, so I'm sure he might want to take one home as a souvenir. But yeah, I think a quarter of the balls in the RDCA used this year are going to have Saints on it, so that's quite funny.
I just feel sorry for the clubs that have it, because you just got his ugly mug on the ball every game.
They'll be hitting the ball even harder now.
Exactly, gives them a bit extra motivation. But this is a bit of a conventional field here. Obviously, our boys are trying to free up their shots. That's a great shot there, but it's one of the deep fielders there at just behind square. So they've got, how would you say the field, Zachy? They've got a sort of a deep sort of cover.
Yeah, sweeper.
Yeah, sort of sweeper, sort of a deep long off, a deep mid wicket, and a deep sort of backward fine. Sort of.
Yeah. So they're definitely protecting that lakeside boundary, which the batsmen, they've not targeted too much, but if they do look up the run rate, I'm sure that's areas they'll be looking to score through. But yeah, just the one in the ring, one person in the lakeside in mid wicket inside the ring, and other than that, the hunters in the offside as Pahi chips that just wide of the mid wicket fielder. They'll be looking back to the second. Oh, that's good fielding as he chips that up. But great running there from Jake. Yeah, he puts the pressure on the fielder, but that was very tidy work there. Actually, he was facing the wrong way, chips it up to the bloke coming in off the fence, and yeah, that's very good. And that will conclude this 15 overs.
Just quickly, guys, shout out to one of our favourite Poms, Harry Hatchell, who is listening now. He's just given me a bit of advice, saying Jake needs to sweep it, which I think he did just before. But yeah, welcome. Hatch actually flew into the country last week, and he's doing his final bit of quarantine now, and he'll pop his head down the club later on throughout the week or early next. So when you see me, Hatch, come up for a cuddle, and we'll have a beer, and I think you're actually playing the round before the Christmas break as well, which will be great.
There we go. He'll do some good work on that Saturday, then do a bit of damage to the big Cats hat, which I'm sure he'll be very pleased to hear that we have. As we change ends here, we've got 5 for 96 or 15, so a little bit of work to do here. No time to waste for Jake, as we know he can hit a very long ball, and as can Pahi. They're persisting with the... Where's this bowling change, or is it the same bloke? I think that...
You tell me.
Oh, we'll tell you after one ball. I said bowling change all of a sudden. Oh, well bowled. Comes in, just puts it on the spot. That's the one thing I've sort of been sort of surprised about. There's no one that's going to blow away the batsman, but they just sort of run in, chuck it on the right spot, and make it very hard to score. Isn't that right?
One thing I've noticed that I don't do is a follow through as well. So. It's well played there. They're just plotting it around and finding the singles now. Obviously, the run rates needs to pick up with 60 odd in the next 5 overs, but no doubt just a bit of learning experience now. Just plodding along, finding the field, finding the gaps in the field, and getting those singles.
Yeah, it seems to be 2 boundaries and over, and they'll get their singles, their twos around. If they can, sort of find 2 boundaries and over, which is a lot easier said than done with the field quite spread at this stage. Was that 2? He just hit that to the sweeper on the offside for the 1. I'm not so sure if I've seen this bowler just yet, but it sort of changes it up. Reminds me a little bit of Kaz. Just runs in, chucks the outside off, makes the batsman sort of drive to the fielders, and you can definitely set fields for it.
Well, that's the thing. You got. I'll use our bowling lineup for the first 11, for example. You got those quick bowlers. Mitch is bowling electric at the moment, and a lot of people just can't face him. Then you got the mix of the medium paces to the slower bowlers. That's a good shot for another single there. But then you got the mix of the medium to slower bowlers, and that's where they complement each other bowling in that bowling partnership. Kaz comes on and bowls when he does, and tightens the run rate down for the opposition, and usually snags a wicket or 2. So it's very smart bowling.
That's right. Yeah, Kaz is, especially in the one days, that's a great shot through the mid wicket. He'll pick up 2 there. Good fielding by the fielder on the fence. But yeah, going back to Kaz, in the 2 days he was always very reliable to tie up one end and allow the bowler at the other end to sort of get the wickets. But notice the one days have been very good to him, that he gets the reward for his bowling. He gets these wickets that he's been missing out on. as the bowling changes back to, I think, Margette, who can't. Interesting action. So we'll see what Jake and Pahi want to do. But yeah, as you said, it's very diverse. So bowling attack, and then you can even dip into the twos and find some even more options. So it's almost limitless at this stage.
Well, one thing we've lacked through the grades are genuine spin bowlers, and now we've got those guys coming through the grades. So we've got obviously Dylan and Geordie in the ones that are doing very well. And that's a crunch pay through down to cow corner. That's 4. But yeah, you got Dylan and Geordie coming in and giving that spin option in the ones. Let's not forget that Pembo was a spin bowler once upon a time. Invented his game obviously to turn into more of a batsman. But then in the second 11, you've got Vijay that's coming on bowling really consistently. I think he's a leading wicket taker in the twos, bowling his off spin, and then I had the privilege of that's a wide, is it? Nope. I had the privilege of playing with 14-year-old Sam Montgomery on the weekend, who's just another a freak of a kid that's coming through, and he's bowling awesome leg spin. So it's good to see the depth of the spinning options that we have now.
No, he's actually right, and Dylan's a great influence to these. As there was a stumping opportunity, but he's gone through the keeper's gloves. He's not even. I didn't want to get down to that. The big boy is a long way down for him, but that's 4 buys. Definitely a missed opportunity there. Is Pahi, he likes to use his feet, but we'll take what we can get. But yeah, as we're talking about, Dylan's a great influence on these spinners. He's a very knowledgeable man. He's a great bowler, but he knows why he's good. Knows his trade very well, so he can pass on that wisdom. As Pahi chips that one, yeah, hitting them very well so far, Pahi.
He's just batting with a lot of confidence, and he's waiting for his ball, and he's just making the right shots. He's really putting no foot wrong here, and it's good. Hopefully the boys just get these 2 here at the end.
I'm sure we'll see. There's another one angled down the leg side. I think that's a wide. There's come through the single. But yeah, I'm sure we'll see little Ryder Pahi running around some stage here. He's told me many times that he's a much better batsman than his dad, so I'm sure one for the future we'll see him definitely run the club for multiple years to come, but hopefully in his dad's footsteps one day, playing in our first 11. As he waits on that one well and hits it out to the deep mid-wicket fielder for the single.
Let's not forget, Chris Pahi can bowl a little bit as well. So he's actually a pretty handy bowler if called upon in the first 11. So we've definitely got a pretty good all-rounder in the ranks this year with him.
He's a right-handed bat and then a left-handed bowler. I've never really understood that. That's the same as Jacko, but the opposite way around. He's a left-handed bat and right-handed bowler as he angles that down the leg side again.
He's blocking the frog box.
Couple of wides. He's definitely bowling to his field on the leg side here.
Lucky it's still working.
You got the protection on the leg side boundary with the very fine third man, very fine leg, and the fine. They're sort of only 20 metres apart, these two, and then obviously the deep cow, which is necessity in a 2020 cricket game.
And obviously the Ainslie keeper, Tyke Ridley, is one of the younger boys in their ranks that are coming up, and obviously played a lot of rep cricket, especially with a few of our boys, Jesse Lynn and whatnot. He's coming up leaps and bounds from what I see, so it's giving our boys no room for ever behind the stumps, because we know if we miss or do something silly, then he's right there that will get that punishment.
So, at the end of the 17th over, the equation is 42 off the last 3 overs, which is it's a mountain to climb, but it's definitely, these two have been hitting them very well, so not out of the picture yet. As the sun's actually poking his head, the shade across the ground is not fun. Those bloody Ainslie Park, the yellow of Ainslie Park and red of Ainslie Park, sort of the camouflage all across the ground. The sunset is beautiful. Maddie's getting this on his Instagram right now as we speak. But yeah, you got a big finish here with the 42 off 17. Pahi currently 21 off 17, batting very well, and Jake 19 off 24. As he walked well across his stumps there, and hit that to the fine leg as the third man comes running on, steps on his toes.
Bit of a grunt there, and he's not happy. He obviously had a plan of where he wanted to put that, and that wasn't it. But obviously, he runs a good run, and he can work off that. He hasn't put a foot wrong yet.
I'm interested to see if we do lose a wicket now, who would come in next, because definitely Kaz and Mitch would be the most likely. Mitch, when he gets onto it, as there's another bye, we'll take what we can get. But yeah, a few boys up there with their pads on, but Mitch is definitely he can hit a very hard ball, just naturally strong man. Kaz as well, he's probably pretty underrated with the bat. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Hopefully it doesn't even come down to it, as Pahi again uses his feet very well, throwing the bowlers off their lines by using his feet, moving laterally across the crease and coming down at the bowlers, showing his experience yet again. With 2 balls left in the over. As Jake's just laid into that, he's hit that halfway across the dog track. The slow ball bouncer, and it just sort of sat in the pitch there, and Jake picks it from the hand.
As I said, mate, just sit back, wait for the bad ball. They haven't really given us many bad balls, but just wait for that one and come and we punish it. It's funny, you cleared the fence by a good 20 metres, and the bloke on the boundary just puts his hand up for a 6. So yeah, it was quite funny to watch. Yeah.
A bit of confirmation is always good. But yeah, Jakey's got every piece of that, and didn't look like he swung with too much conviction either. So definitely, we'll take a couple more of them, Jakey boy. As you like to look at that, as he squirts it. Takes a quick single. The fielder's happy to let them come through for this single, and that's the conclusion of this over. Is it? Yes, it is. I got scared. I went way too early there, but there we go. So 2 overs left.
We had a bloke on the weekend that called over with 3 balls into it, so that was pretty fun.
Yeah, right. A quick game's a good game for sure. Yeah.
What's Jakey on?
Jakey boy is now on 25 off 26, with Pahi plodded along at 23 off 20. So they're striking about 100 here. 33 off the last 2 overs needed. Could be a bit of fireworks. It's a nice night, a very nice night. I'm actually quite comfortable here. It's a nice temperature. Not too hot, not too cold.
Well, I had no intention to come over and help you on the commentary, Zach, but I know you were doing it alone, so I've improvised. I've bought a chair, had to go get my own chair, and it's been a bit of fun. So that's miss hit there to square for 1.
Jesse Lynn's been doing a very good stint of square legging out there. I don't think his hands have left his pocket this whole 10 over stint. But yeah, Jakey, wanted a piece of that one, but didn't get too much of it. As Pahi again walks down track, gets the chalk out and bloody full cues it down the pitch. It's not gone very far. Some very hard swings for not much, and he's getting some encouragement over the fans here, telling him to pitch it up. I don't think he's put one of the best in half of the pitch thus far, but it's worked so far, so can't be too critical. As Jake is off the pad. I
can feel a big hit coming here, Zachy boy.
Something's gonna happen.
I'm gonna predict he's gonna drop it short again, and it will be pulled for either a 4 or a 6. Let's see if my predictions are right, and if I'm wrong, I'll walk off.
Looking into the crystal ball, you imagine.
It's a big crystal ball.
If you know, you know.
Well, I was dead wrong. I won't do a guess like that again.
It didn't help that he went the wrong way, stepped backwards and tried to go over a point. So, sort of as soon as the ball left the bowler's hand, you were out of the picture, unfortunately. But you've been a pretty tidy over, although they got a couple of singles. But Pahi just muscles that one down the ground off the toe of the bat for the single. Jake thinks about coming back for 2, but not in play. So yeah, a couple of singles off this over. It's really it was an important over as well. Saints needed 10, 15 plus to stay in the game in the last over, but he's not giving us much.
No, and I think our that's
Shot. Oh.
Caught, unfortunately, but it was connected nicely. Obviously needed to go, and Jesse Lynn did a good job ducking it, get out of the way there as well. As we said before, Zachy, I thought the ground looked a bit quicker, but obviously low scores today haven't really shown that. It doesn't help that tight bowling from both teams at times restricted the amount of runs that were leaked, but yeah, the ground's not as quick as what I thought.
No, that's it. It's a bit cold, a bit lush, the outfield, but yeah, Ainslie definitely. One thing they had, you just saw that one partnership at the start of the innings, which put them a long way in getting over the line. Sort of the two people going on and making their 40s might be the difference here. Obviously, that was a great innings there by Pahi. He sort of made. It was Jake actually. Jake, 25 for him there. So it was a good little stint at the crease. Well. And it is Kaz coming to the crease. I think this is the first time he's batted all year. So, almost including the net sessions, the pre-season, everything. So this could be a bit of fun. When he gets onto them, they go. He's still at the crease. He can sort of round out a nice little innings here. But yeah, definitely, I think the difference was the two scores at the top of the innings.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. Obviously, Eustace would like to say winding back the clock and putting on a performance like that, but he's just been consistent no matter where he plays. Obviously been around a very long time, a lot of experience, and he hurt us a little bit today, unfortunately, but can't fault our guys' performance. I think we're doing very well. Obviously don't think we'll get the chocolates here, but it's a very encouraging sign to take away from.
Just need a 6 every ball and we'll get over the line. Beauty. Well left. He said it. Oh, no. Oops. Kaz comes, goes as quick as he comes. Unfortunately, he had to go. Sort of sucked in a rock in a hard place, needing 28 off 5 balls. Unfortunately, tickled that one to the keeper, but did the team thing. A good team man. We'll just have a quick summary of Ainslie Park's innings for those that missed it or haven't seen on My Cricket. Eustace opened the batting and made 49 off 44. Very unlucky not to get his half century. Batted beautifully. Didn't take too many big risks. Put the bad balls away and got a singles. And then Tucker also 43 off 30. Did a bit of damage there. Lockie,
especially to the frog box.
Oh, he did a bit of damage to the frog box. Exactly right. And Lockie got him out on a free hit, which is a bit unlucky. And then Jones at the end of the innings, 24 off 17, rounded it out quite well. Mitchie Plant, the big boy, comes to the crease, and yeah, the pick of the St Andrews Boars. The only person getting multiple wickets was Dylan, getting 3 for 32 of his 4, and Jed, Lockie, and Aaron all getting 1 apiece. And at the top of St Andrews' innings, there's not too much to report. With Dylan getting 16, Pambo getting 17, Jake getting his 27. And yeah, there's been a couple. Margate getting 2 for 28, just finishing up his 4 over spell. Butler 2 for 16 off 2, and he's not going to call back up. He'd be feeling a bit stiff. But yeah, they've all come on. All the bowlers have, from Ainslie especially, come on and hit their spots. As Mitch, the big long levers, that was a golf shot, that wasn't a cricket shot, gets off the mark.
Alright, so 3 balls to go, I think it is. 2 or 3 balls, and let's hopefully we can see some Chris Pahi fireworks to close the innings here, and batter well, so he deserves some red ink. Let's hope we can finish with a few boundaries. Of course I'm wrong again, and he only gets 1. Oh my goodness. I don't know what the crowd's going on about, but it's a bit of commotion from the hill.
I think they're quite excited to see Mitch on strike, actually. 2 balls left. Now that the sun's gone away, it's getting quite dark, but there's blue skies above. There's the wind's come in now. It's cold. As Mitch has swung as hard as he could. Has he picked the gap there? Has he got a 4 for it? No, he didn't get enough of it at all. As he's come back for the 2. So again, the last couple of overs have been very tight. St Andrews needing, well, over 10 and over. Not giving us even a look in for that. So if I'm correct, there's 1 ball left. Mitch is on strike. What are we trying to do? And he's he's actually a pretty good shot out to deep long on for the single, and that is all she wrote. So a good sort of just over 20 run win. I think 21 run win for 21 run win for Ainslie Park, but it was a good solid even game. Matty, if you had to give a man of the match, who would you choose?
For us or them?
You go both if you want.
Man of the match. Look, I think the innings set up by Cam Eustace for Ainslie opening set them up pretty comfortably. So he'd no doubt be Ainslie's man of the match. And I think Chris Pahey, to be honest, with the way he batted at the end, he did quite well. Him and Jake putting on a good partnership there, especially in the middle order. So yeah, I think that would be my choices, mate.
Don't look at the bowling stats, mate.
Don't need to.
Dylan bowled well. Dylan bowled well. And before we let you go, we'll have a quick look around the grounds. Templeton, convincing win against Moorbach. 9 for 156. It looks like it could have been a lot more. Being
what did Lincoln make?
Lincoln made 21 off 8.
Off 8?
21 off 8. Yeah. Moorbach all out for 115. And
did Lukey Scott make any runs for Warrenwood?
Did he get a game? Did he? I didn't even need, was not needed.
No, he didn't name.
Norwood getting bowled out for 130, and Warrenwood chasing that 2 down, 2 for 131 off 17.1. Dave Johnson 33. So that was a pretty good performance there by Warrenwood. But yeah, other than that, the South Dakota Montana South game is not being live scored, so we can't tell you that. But
beautiful. Well, Zachy, it's been fun. Thank you, mate. So I hope my impromptu sort of cynic commentary has made it a bit more enjoyable for you.
Oh man, it was beautiful. Thank you for coming and helping. As I don't know who sort of likened us to Bill Orry and Tony Gregg. It might have been me, it might have been you. It could have been anyone really. But it was a bit of fun. Thank you for those that are watching from home. Hope you enjoyed it. And we might be back next week if we get the call up.
I'm looking forward to it.
See you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Bye bye.